morning and a warm welcome to PSG College of Arts and Science for the International Conference on Recent Innovations in Medical Science by Life Science Departments in association with for Academic Research and Excellence and Indian Immunologicals Limited, Hyderabad. We are honored to have you all here today. The primary objective of this international conference is to provide an opportunity for academicians, industry experts, practitioners, professionals, researchers, and policymakers from different fields to engage in discussions based on the constantly changing world of life sciences. As the influence of digital transformation, data science, and disruptive thinking in life sciences has tremendously increased, this forum the intellectual share research ideas in biological sciences to explore and disseminate the knowledge on latest inventions and technologies in life sciences. Here will have a rewarding and an enriching experience throughout ICRI 2023. Now, we request the dignitaries to occupy their seats on the dais. To commence the proceedings, let us begin with Tamil from the Department of Carnatic Music, are invited anthem of Tamilnadu and offering our prayers.
நீராறும் கடலுடுத்த நிலம் கெழிலொழுகும் சீராரும் திகழ் பரத கண்டது தெக்கணமும் அதில் சிறந்த திராவிடனல் திருநாடும் தக்க சிறு பிறை நுதலும் தரித்தனரும் திலகமுமே அத்திலக வாசனை போல் அனைத்துலகும் இன்பமுற எத்திசையும் புகழ் மணக்க இருந்த தமிழனங்கே உன் சீரிழமை திறம்பியந்து செயல் மறந்து வாழ்த்ததுமே
Now it's time to illuminate this event with the traditional lamp lighting ceremony. I request the dignitaries to come forward and light the lamp, signifying the inauguration of ICRI HBS 2023 and the enlightenment of knowledge.
Sarvesham
Dignitaries for the auspicious beginning. Now, I would like to invite Dr. D. Victor Orogyadas, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Biochemistry, to welcome address.
Good morning. Welcome to those who are here. Good morning, HBS 2023. Welcome to those who believe in the power of science. Welcome to those who believe in the power of discovery. Firstly, I would like to welcome in absentia Sri Gopala Krishna, esteemed Managing Trustee of PSG Sons and Charities. Because of his benevolence, I have great pleasure and who takes care of all of us and is a great guiding star. Welcome, sir. I'd like to extend my warm welcome to our principal, Professor Dr. D. Brinda, an achiever in the field of biochemistry. A hearty welcome to Professor Dr. R. Rudramurthy, a great well-wisher of our college and the director of PSGCARE. Welcome, sir. With great appreciation, we welcome all the vice principals of college. Now I welcome our chief guest, Professor Dr. W. Selvamurthy, President, ASTIF, Director General of Science and Innovation, Chancellor of the University, Chhattisgarh, Chair Professor for Life Sciences, former Distinguished Scientist, and Chief Controller R&D Sciences, a personality and a great scientist who has been our institution's well-wisher for decades. Welcome, sir. I welcome Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, member, Government of Tamilnadu, who is a man of relentless effort, knowledge, work. Warm welcome to Professor Dr. We wholeheartedly welcome Dr. Pariyapan, its around Professor and Head of Technology, Mahasarkam University, Thailand. Engineering College, Colombo, Sri Lanka. Welcome, ma'am. Welcome to all other invited speakers from who are going to illuminate us with their welcome to various PhD institutions, respected heads of departments, faculty members, and scholars of various institutions and departments. Last, welcome to delegates, presenters, and participants from 60 and odd various institutions from different. Finally, I welcome and everyone else for today's great occasion. A very warm welcome once and thank you.
Thank you, sir. Next, we have Dr. J. Sendil Kumar, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Biotechnology, who will provide us with a brief preamble.
I'm happy to welcome the delegates on the dais and the Life Science College, which comprises of 4 aided and 8 unaided programs at PSG College of Arts and Science, has a rich history and positioned it for its continuous growth and investment in teaching, learning, research, and social immersion programs since 1947. Inherently interdisciplinary, allowing us to address the societal problems to improve the health community. In the current scenario, we are getting educated and involved in life exclusively for the betterment of the human society is a need. Breakthrough of technologies in the biological science are creating sustainable livelihood and environment or focus areas in biotech industry, especially biological science industry, which is the major of the situation right now in the 21st century. Healthcare sector in India has witnessed a phenomenon in the pandemic era during the COVID-19 crisis. Everyone has experienced, and by keeping in that mind, with the guidance of principal, secretary, and the vice principal, sir, a team of our faculty members harder, and we came with the program, and we hope the program will give success and the delivery of the other things, posters and oral and poster will be there. And the objectives of this international conference on recent innovation biological sciences, ICRAHBS 2023, will provide an opportunity for practitioners, industrial experts, professionals, research scholars, and policymakers to engage in discussions based on the recent changing scenario in healthcare and biological sciences. And this will also promote the educational excellence, interdisciplinary research collaborations along with the partners institutions. And thank you all for this international conference. Thank you for an opportunity.
Thank you, sir. I consider an honor to invite our respected principal, Dr. D. Branda, to deliver the presidential address.
A very warm good morning to one and all. Most esteemed, honorable chief guest of the two days international conference on the recent in biological and health sciences. Selvamurthy, the professor, the eminent scientist and Chancellor of Amity University, Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, the member of State Commission, Government of Tamilnadu, the invited guest speakers, the national and international universities, most respected secretary, the director of PSGCARE, Dr. Rudramurthy, vice principal, Dr. Anguraj, and the other heads of Dr. Ramurthy, TQM Secretary, PSG Institutions, Dr. Khan in charge from the PSG IAS, departments, the life science departments, the dedicated faculty members, and the participants, the student participants and the faculty participants from other institutions and our own institutions. Once again, a warm greetings and welcome again all of you. Pleasure, and I feel it as a great honor. I wanted to extend my heartfelt welcome and deliver my thoughts in the function for this wonderful conference on the recent innovation in health and biological. PSGCARE College of Arts and Science, as you all know, is an eminent higher education institution. It has been the forerunner in constantly pushing the frontiers of knowledge by ensuring a futuristic approach, keeping pace with the changing trends in the professional world global perspective. And our PSG College of Arts and Science has achieved various accolades, achievements for the 35 years of his year-long service. We have celebrated our Platinum Jubilee celebration last year, and we are now marching towards the 76th year. Research on our trajectory today, various initiatives over the period of our time to mobilize whatever available knowledge, resources we are having, to always convert them into an innovative solutions. So innovation, the modern buzzword, is emphasized by almost all the topmost. However, while this innovation does encompass novelty, the true meaning of innovation refers to the creative application of ideas, existing whatever innovations we are having to solve as a challenge. Because with innovations in life sciences, in the educational institutions and also with the society. So this innovation have an imperative role to play in advancing the innovation. So by providing the strategic advice, I think this innovation plays a crucial role in bringing the life sciences to make the people think differently in all parts of the life. So the world of life science innovation is slowly starting, evolving, it's growing, and it will reach its peak. Every day, the researchers are making that are changing the way which we can live and interact with our environment. The most sustainable advanced medical treatments in the nanotechnology, recent been coupled with the newer technologies like the artificial intelligence and the machine learning has made the life science innovation a major driver of 21st century, creating a new world as possible. So committed to the excellence in research, the development in the innovation technology for the future, I am very much confident that this 2 days international conference will bring together more than 800 participants, both from the national and international, and so far 65 different institutions all around offer a basic platform to go for the interaction, to go for a debate, to discuss and highlight on the recent trends in the field of the life sciences and health sciences. As right said by the Nobel Prize winner Albert Einstein, raising new questions and exploring new possibilities with creative imagination marks the advancement in science. So at this juncture, once again, I wanted to congratulate the entire team of the life science, the organizing secretaries, the organizing committee members, trainers, and all the other leaders who are organizing this wonderful conference. And I again urge the participants from this 2 days conference to really delve deeper designated as the global citizen, that people from walks of the life all around the world enjoy a healthier and a happy lifestyle. Wish you all good luck. Thank you once again.
Thank you, Madam, for your thought-provoking and scintillating speech. I deem it a pleasure to invite our esteemed Secretary, Dr. T. Kannayan, to deliver the felicitation address.
Good morning, everyone. On behalf of the management, I express my sincere thanks to all the delegates from various places, country and outside the country, to participate in this conference on innovation in biology. This is very because recently COVID came and experiences as the test. We are for the 2 years totally everything changed and new directions move in education, in the employment, and all survival. All of real meeting people and interaction, personal interaction, is possible in the conference. Physically online conference, we can't have that real interaction. The real thing is not possible. Here we are fortunate to have this again offline conference like this. I sincerely thank the organizers to so great and successful one, and I request all the to participate. One more thing I wanted to tell is for out of 4 or 5 we are getting top in science in our college. Okay, here top out of this Western Tamilnadu. So they will discontinue. If they are getting admission here, they will discontinue there and they will as in the same PG course. Such a gravity of attraction is there with us in the of the eminent faculty we have, and thus that will this number of alumni now in our college now working in various field with a strong background. One of such alumni is now our sponsor Dr. Anand Kumar from Immunological Lab, and our alumni. He made a lot of vaccines. COVID exported that vaccine, and when he was talking in the last occasion came, he told that education he acquired here that will get that opportunity. We will. I pray God to move in that direction and help the nation and country and nation. Thank you for the opportunity given. Wish you all the success for this.
Thank you, sir, for your encouraging. I invite Dr. Andramurthy, the Director of PSGCARE, to deliver the felicitation address.
Members on the stage, off the stage, invited guests, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all of you. I'm extremely happy to share the platform, invited guests and all of you in the national conference. Organizing a conference of this, inviting people, it requires a lot of effort, and all of us have to congratulate and efforts taken by PSG College of Arts and Science organizing this event. Congratulations to the principal secretary and all the other members who have done this excellent job. PSG Center for Academic Research and Excellence is in association with PSG College of Arts and Science this many years back, and of more than 800 participants in the health science conference tomorrow. And the topic chosen, innovation, is very important for the health science and the society at large, and various innovations in various fields help us to have a sustainable long life and a comfortable life. So in that way, the research in this health science area is very, very important. And I just want to take only one example and how the innovation and technology is helping. From the engineering side, I thought I would like to take the artificial intelligence. I would like to give you a case study, a small case study. You can easily understand and then take it forward in whichever field that you are working on it. All of you know that if you get sugar in your body increases, intelligence. And if to and then 2 months probably you have to go visit the doctor, and then it goes on from one tablet to 2, 3, and then an insulin injection. It goes on, and there is no alternative, and you cannot cure it also. In which the dosage of the medicine till life. Looking for that. What the problem that we have? There are 2, 3 things that is happening. We don't have a model to continuously monitor minute by minute, hour by hour, day by day, how this process are happening inside your body and why it happens, how it happens. All of you know that the quantum of food and the type of food that we eat induces this sugar. And in the conventional healthcare, the doctor says the tablet. In one case, I have come across a case study, an individual whose sugar level has gone beyond 2 and taking medicines, have decided to stop it. And all of you know what will happen if you to stop it. But he took another way where a group of doctors the artificial intelligence they told him to stop it, and they gave two things to them, to the patient. One is a sugar device, and which can be connected to the internet from anywhere, and then that will continuously monitor your sugar level, and the data feeds into the system. Large data is gathering, because every minute you can see how the level of the sugar has been, that it goes on. Individual has also have to, that is a package where the doctor is also involved in it, but the doctor is visit him also. So what is the process is, the data getting loaded with large number of data every minute, and when you in the morning, in the dinner, it goes on, or any time in between, what the patient I ate this much, this quantity, this is the type of food that has been. There is a database already available. Depending on the type of food that you eat, what should be the level of sugar it would, and it goes on. And when it reaches a particular beyond doctor, then it will give an indication alarm to the doctor. And the doctor will come from nowhere. There doesn't a doctor. We have to pay them in advance, say 50,000 that we pay them. Whenever the doctor visits, and the doctor will be immediately. And it depends on you how many times you want to have the doctor. It is not possible. But in this case, whenever there is a need, the doctor will come, and he also have a tablet, and he can look at the data, and immediately he can prescribe. You do this, you don't do this. You walk, or you eat less, or next food it should be like this. Immediately he will advise. And that's how it is continuously monitored that we are eating. No, and this is possible with the artificial intelligence, a large database. And is somewhere anywhere. You can't see him, but he can prescribe. And this case study, that the person who was about to go to the level of insulin injection, normal life, and he is leading normal life. Is and database management, and the information to the doctor and to the patient, and a seamless integration of all the artificial intelligence is really helping. That means we can do, still you can survive if the technology is very strong enough, supported by, of course, the doctors will be there as a part of the team that has been doing it. So I think these kind of innovations are coming, and you can think of, if you can live without medicine, how much it has been, and useful and possible, how much you can save it. So the innovation and technology are in a big way helping the health. I'm sure that this kind of conferences and the research creation of all the research will be useful, and I suggest that kind of lens members also. I wish the conference all the very best. Thank you.
the futurist Ray Kurzweil, you can Google futurist Ray Kurzweil, in an interview claimed that the nanobots, the nanorobotics in our bloodstreams will prevent us from dying in 2030. Futurists often claim that nanobots hold the key to eternal life. So that nanobots within our body will rectify all the diseases. This is given by a Google futurist. So Google enter into life science. So we life science scientists, we have to come forward to accept all technological developments in computer science, mathematics, and statistics. As I am a mathematician, I would like to give a simple example how it is useful in life science. Everybody knows the MRI scanner, elliptic MRI scanner. We can find in our advertisements, elliptic MRI scanner. What do you mean by the elliptic MRI scanner? There is a mathematical concept. If you are standing in an elliptic roof anywhere else, and if you throw a stone on the roof of the elliptic roof, then it will return only 2 points. That is the focus of the ellipse. So that concept is in the elliptic scanner. So even though it is a mathematics, it is one of the major basic concepts for the major invention. So we life science students and researchers come forward to learn statistics, mathematics, and computer science, as our director said, artificial intelligence and machine learning. Everything is very, very useful. So you try to come out from within the neighborhood of the life science, you come out the recent technology developments, then only we can achieve our research, which is very, very internationally competent. Thank you, one and all.
One must thank the people who made an impact in their life, and our chief guest is one of them. I take this opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Dr. W. Selvamoorthy, Director General, Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation, former Distinguished Scientist and Chief Controller R&D, DRDO, Government of India, Chancellor, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, and Chair Professor for Life Sciences. His accolades are distinguished ones. National Award for S&T Innovations presented by the Honorable Prime Minister of India, 2012. Academician Mirzaid Mirakami Award for contribution to high altitude medicine from Kyrgyz Republic, 2012. Technology Leadership Award by DRDO presented by Defense Minister. Lifetime Achievement Award from Honorable President of India in the field of clinical and preventive cardiology, the year 2006. ICMR Shakuntala Amirchand Award in the year 1986. He has been awarded a number of prestigious research awards, including CSIR and more. He has published more than 250 research papers and 18 books for his credit. He has represented our country at the Organization for Prohibition of Chemical Weapons, at the Conference of State Parties Executive Council, Working Group and Confidentiality Commission. TIFAC has entrusted the responsibility of Technology Vision Health 2035 to Dr. Selvamoorthy as chairman to formulate vision for the nation for health and medical sciences till the year 2035. He has served in Defense Research and Development Organization, Government of India for 40 years in the health and life science related technologies. His R&D contributions include development of life support technologies for soldiers, NBC defense technology, nanotechnology application for defense, application of yoga for the armed forces, military psychology, and others. He was the leader of the first Indo-Soviet scientific expedition to the Arctic Circle for polar physiology research. After his superannuation from DRDO, he joined in Amity University. I take this opportunity, consider it a great privilege to invite and request Dr. W. Selvamoorthy to deliver the keynote address.
Can I have my presentation? Good morning. Vanakkam. Thank you. That's great. So, most respected Professor Sultan Ahmad Ismail, a great soil scientist, member of the State Planning Commission of this most progressive state in our country, Tamilnadu, Dr. Brinda, who has built every brick of this, serving here for 40 years, a product of PSG College of Arts and Science, who has served this organization, come on, let's clap, yes, for more than 40 years, including her father, who has served here as professor. So I'm so happy, Dr. Brinda, thank you very much for this invitation. I also thank Professor Kannan, the secretary, all the foreign dignitaries who have come from our friendly countries, Sri Lanka, South Korea, Thailand. So I welcome each and every one of you, because the country is looking for building a new world order. So your participation, our participation together is going to be very important. And also the very distinguished delegates who have come all the way to participate in this event, conference, international conference, on a very important theme, both the health as well as biological science. Because the 21st century belongs to life science, including health science. The first one was physical science. If you look at the 18th, 19th century, physical science took the center stage. Then came the engineering science, industrial revolution. So then came the information era, where the IT revolution came. But now, this is the era and the century of life sciences. So let all the scientists who are here are life scientists. It belongs to you. This century belongs to you. And so this theme is also very, very important. Let me express my profound happiness to be here on this great institution, PSG College of Arts and Science. I have come 3 times, and this is my 4th visit here. Whenever I come, I see something new, exciting, and also new development, new achievements. So I'm so pleased to be back again here on the 4th visit to this great institution, which has several accolades. If you look at NAC accreditation, A++, and I was just asking what is your H index, she said about 49. And so you have seen 15,000 students and also several 100,000s of students as alumni passed out of the portals of PSG institutions, particularly from this college. So I'm so happy to be here on a very distinguished college, which has a unique place, not only in India, but at the global level. So my profound happiness to be here. I must also pay my salutation to the founder, Sri late Govindarajan, and also all the other who built these PSG group of institutions, not only in arts and science, but also in technology, health sciences, allied health, all these areas. So my salutations to the whole PSG group who are doing a great job. Now this conference, international conference, is being held at a very opportune time. What is that opportune time? The first thing is we are celebrating the Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav, 75 years of independence. India became independent in 1947 when this institution was also established. So you had the Platinum Jubilee celebration. Country is celebrating the 75 years. And in this, country has achieved many things like food security, health security, energy security, environmental security. Every sphere, it has seen leaps and bounds, pole vaulting successes. So these are the successes which came through science and technology. That is why the science and technology is key to development. And I am happy that in this institution, science and technology is being given focus, and life sciences is a strong group. So Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. Then we have also entered into another critical phase of our country, which is Amrit Kal. The next 25 years is going to be critical for us. What we do now is going to decide where we are going to be as a developed nation, as a global power, global superpower, knowledge superpower. All this will be determined by all of us, all of you, and all the friends who are here. With them, together with them, that we will create that happy world, this Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinaha, the peaceful, harmonious globe we want to create, humanity. So that is the role next 25 years we have, all of us have together with our friends who have come from abroad. So Amrit Kal we are beginning the Amrit Kal. Then we are also having this year the presidency, G20 presidency. So your conference is taking place, Dr. Brinda. It's such a critical time when India is having the presidency of G20, which is a unique recognition given to the country. And also today is a special day for all of us eagerly looking towards the sky for the launch of our Chandrayaan-3, which is going to be launched today. Yes, come on. Because this is a very important mission that we want to soft land our rover, our lander on the moon today. Is going to happen at 2:35 p.m. So we are all looking forward to hear the good news. The launch has taken place and we'll be landing on the moon somewhere around after a month or so. It is on 23rd or 24th of August. It is planned to soft land southern pole of the moon. We will be landing. Now coming to the presentation, do I have my appreciation to this great institution which has several courses, UG, PG, doctoral programs. Do I have a pointer so that I can control it? Yeah, remote. So this college, all of you who belong to this, it's a great pride that you are in a great institution where some of the alumni who are working with me in DRDO, who has been working with me, like Dr. Kadirvelu, who is here as director of the DRDO Center. Then you saw on the screen one of the alumnus who has become an entrepreneur, who developed vaccine and gave to the world. Similarly, I have a director from here on the Psychology Institute, Dr. K. Ramachandran, who is now the director of a Defense Institute of Psychological Research. So you belong to this great institution. So my salutation to the principal, secretary, correspondent, and all the faculties, very distinguished faculties over here. Can I change the next one, please? See, India today is becoming is a strong economic power. We are fifth in the world in economy in terms of GDP, in terms of the GDP growth rate, which is close to 7, and also our foreign exchange reserves growing, FDI flowing in, Sensex soaring up. All this is a great indication that India is a strong economic power. We will overtake Japan, and then we'll come to about third position soon. And today our GDP size is about $3.8 trillion economy, and we want to become $5 trillion economy within another couple of years. And then every year we will add $1 trillion economy to the world, to the country. So this is going to be your economic power. Now go back to the previous slide. The military power, we are also strong military power. We have 1.5 million Army, Navy, Air Force, and we have indigenous technologies inducted into the services, whether it's missiles, aircraft, radars, sonars, torpedoes. So that is the scenario in which now the country is growing, and it's a knowledge power. We have institutions like PSG College of Arts. We have All India Institute of Medical Sciences. We have institutions in DRDO. And so such is a knowledge power. We have 1,100 universities, 60,000 colleges, including the one where we are now. And we have a few hundred thousands of schools. So we will be churning out the knowledge worker not only to India, but for the globe. And we will generate new knowledge through research and conserve that knowledge through IPR. And then we'll disseminate the knowledge through education and publication and conferences. And we will also apply that knowledge for wealth generation and solve the problems. So India is also a knowledge power. Next slide. This prediction was not made by Indian scientists. The India will become a knowledge superpower. It's actually predicted by the world scientific community. In 2005, when they published this article, this whole book, the magazine and the journal, New Scientist, 60% of that was dedicated to Indian science and technology. This is the cover page in which our Indian flag, as well as written, India, the next knowledge superpower. This is the 19th February 2005 issue of New Scientist. Please see that. So that is what is happening now. Next slide. And this prediction has come true. Today, if you look at, we are third in scientific publications with the minimal input of resources. Our GDP 0.7%, less than 0.7% GDP input is given to science and technology, but the output is maximized. We are third in publication, third in number of PhDs we produce, churn out from our portals of educational institutions and national laboratories, third in startups in the world, and also the Nature Index, which indicates the quality of publication, we are number 7. And 9th in patents, which is the IPR, intellectual property rights, so 9th position in the world, and 40th in the Global Innovation Index. That's what we should improve. We should come in top 10 soon. So that is what we are all aiming at. How do you bring the Global Innovation Index? But we have jumped from 81 to 40, but we want to be in top 10. And we are also, there are 1,500 scientists in the world who are in top 2%, and 1,500 scientists are from India in the top 2% of the global scientists. And in space, today we are going to have the Chandrayaan. We make our launch vehicles with the satellites we build. We do Chandrayaan mission, moon mission. We also have done Mars orbital missions. So we are very strong, 5th position in space. Next slide. Next slide. So when you look at startup, we are the third ecosystem in the world, and there are more than 110 unicorns in our country. So all that why I'm telling that we should celebrate these successes, and success will breed success. Next slide. Now coming to the focal theme, which you are talking about, the health, the AI application. Many of the speakers before me spoke about the application of artificial intelligence in health sector, in early diagnosis and precision in the health diagnosis, early intervention. So all this would be possible, and health monitoring, robotic surgery. So a lot of development is happening in the health sector, right from the precision medicine, drug design development, repurposing of the drugs. So in the health sector, there is tremendous, the excitement is happening in the country and in the world. Next slide. So we have India has the advantage. What is the advantage? One is the demographic advantage we have. We are the youngest country in the world today. The average, the age of an Indian is much, much lower than the global average. So we have a young India with all vibrant, the young workforce, knowledge workers. Who will change the world? Who will create? Because the most innovative and creative phase of one's life is between maybe 15 to 30. That is the most creative. And that population is here in India. That is the advantage. Then we also have all knowledge centers, like the one you are sitting here. So we have created world-class laboratories in the country. We have competent workforce, R&D infrastructure, the right policies, national education policy, science, technology, innovation policies. So all these government policies and patronage are available today. More than that, we have friends from Sri Lanka, South Korea, Thailand, USA, Russia. Everyone is wanting to work with us, whole collaborations. So this is the advantage India has today. So in this present scenario, so we should move fast, exponential growth. Next slide. So this is the technology vision document. I hope you have read this. I was the chairman for the technology vision in the health sector. What will happen in 2035, the year 2035? So we have predicted what type of technologies which will be there. Next slide. So when you look at this slide, India is the pharmacy of the world. Most of the generic drugs come from India. We manufacture them. Vaccines, we are the hub of the vaccine, global vaccine. We have given not only in corona vaccine, but we do rotavirus vaccine, we give Shanta Biotech, Bharat Biotech, Biocon, so many industries, they are in this business, and 60% of all vaccines sold across the globe come from India. So you are a hub of the vaccines as well. Next slide. Then the biotech, as I mentioned, a lot of excitement is happening, and we have a lot of biotechnology industries and agriculture related, animal husbandry related, and medical related biotechnology innovations are coming from the portals of our laboratories. Next slide. So when you look at the Technology Vision 2035, we were looking at what will happen. These are some of the things which will happen. So I wanted to show the future, not only the present. There will be multivalent vaccine. You don't have to vaccine for every pathogen, every disease. You don't have to immunize an individual again and again. You will have a multivalent, multispectral vaccine which will be available. We will also have edible vaccine, for which some of the efforts are happening. Edible vaccine will be a future. And also there will be sensor arrays for diagnosis. Now you have individual diagnosis, whether it is malaria, plague, anthrax, leptospirosis, you name any disease, you have to use individual diagnosis. Then it will be multiplexing, and for a wide spectrum of pathogens, you will be able to use a single sensor. So that is what is going to be the future. Pharmacogenomics will become also very important, and pharmacovigilance. Once you develop a large number of drugs, people who are here in the pharmaceutical sciences, pharmacological sciences, you will have a lot of opportunity. Then there will be mobile health kiosk. Instead of patient coming to you, the hospital will move to you for your field diagnosis, on-the-spot diagnosis. So we will have point-of-care diagnostics, which will be the scenario in the next 10, 15 years. And there will be mobile health kiosk. And even here, like going and putting a coin and picking up your weight, you will be able to just give a prick of a capillary blood, or even without pricking, that you will be able to diagnose your glucose, cholesterol, or any other diagnosis you want to see. So that is going to be the kiosk. Then the gene editing, gene repair, like you have now CRISPR-Cas. CRISPR-Cas technology for gene editing is now becoming a reality. Many of the diseases where you can repair the genome by cutting and then also inserting is possible now with these technologies available. Early biomarkers, can you predict, forecast diseases instead of only after you getting into the disease, treating them, can you predict and forecast, prevent or ameliorate the problem? So that's the early biomarkers. Biosimilar, telemedicine will be yet another, because you can't bring tertiary hospital everywhere in this large country. So we will take the expert advice from referral hospitals to the remote areas through telemedicine. This will be also now, it will be widened. It's already there in a few hospitals, but it will become a practice in a larger scale horizontally. Personalized medicine. So these are the areas in emerging trends in health sciences. This could be few areas. Next slide. Then the next thing, very important thing, is telesurgery. And you will have mobile birthing system. Instead of bringing the pregnant lady for delivery here, you will have mobile birthing system which will move to the doorstep, and then they will be, the mother will give childbirth over there and then transfer to the home. So this kind of things will happen in our country. These are the things planned in our, the new, the health policy and also the health initiatives. The TIFAC document, if you look at this, we have made this for the country. Next. The other important thing will be synthetic small molecule and targeted drug delivery will also be very important, because instead of putting systemically the drug, which will have all systems, cardiovascular, respiratory, metabolic, every system getting affected. If it's cancer drug, the drug will be targeted directly to the cancer cell or the cancer stem cell. So that is going to be the scenario. And stem cell therapy and gene therapy also now is coming up in a big way in many of the clinical conditions for prognosis. Next. Then we will have large number of ventilators, because now the corona situation, COVID situation brought in the requirement for different types of ventilators, critical care ventilator, infant ventilators, and many, many requirements. So today this college, PSG College of Technology, has developed with Pricol, which is another automobile company here who make the dashboard and all. So DRDO worked with them and we developed the first critical care ventilator which saved many lives during the corona. And then we gave to Sunray the technology. So your institution played a very important role with also the NIMHANS, the doctors evaluated them, and DRDO worked with, Debel Laboratory worked with that and developed the critical care ventilator. And this will be developed, and this is being developed in large numbers now. Next. The other one is implants, that is artificial organs, like you are changing the spare parts of an automobile. Now you can change a liver, change a kidney, change a spleen, or even a pancreas. It's going to happen. So the tissue engineering and organ transplants is going to be a reality in a big way. That is very easy manner that we will be putting this organ transplant, organ banks will be available. So this is all going to happen in the next 10, 20 years. Next, artificial liver. And then brain-computer interface, because everyone now uses computers, laptops, iPads, and mobiles in which you are handling. So how this interaction will influence your cognitive functions. So brain-computer interface is another with application to health. Next. The one in biological side I want to focus with all the people, plant, agriculture specialists sitting here, animal husbandry, and also the human. See, India is largest biological wealth holder today in the world. If you look at our human, 1.4 billion people, 50% below the age of 25 years. Animals, equal number of animals we have, cows, sheep, goats, and bulls, and horses, mules, and so on. So we have large number of animal wealth. Then we also have plant wealth. See, the GDP, 15% GDP comes from agriculture sector. We have plant biodiversity across eastern sector, and as well as if you go to Western Ghats, you will find biodiversity. So we need to defend and protect our biological wealth. Corona has brought us a wake-up call that we should all work towards this. So I have given a blueprint to the country, the National Security Advisor, how we can do that in our country scenario for plant, animal, and human. So this is biologists, you should also keep a concern, keep a very important focus on biodefense and biothreat mitigation. Next slide. So universities should become cradle of innovation. When I say university, even these colleges, I mean that those institutions, academic institutions, should become cradle of innovation. You should seed futuristic technology, not only catch up with the other countries, you should think differently. You should think divergent. Disruptive technology should come from universities and academic institutions like ours. Why? And you should create new knowledge, disseminate the knowledge, secure the knowledge by IPR, apply the knowledge for solving the problems and wealth generation. Next. Why the university? Creative phase, and that population is here. And also the flexible ecosystem which is available today. See, unlike government laboratories, national laboratories like DRDO, you are bound by so many rules, regulations. But universities and colleges like yours have flexible systems. The other one is easy exchange of knowledge between professors to teachers, professors to students, students to professors, students to students, professors to professors. So all this is seamlessly possible in this ecosystem of academic ecosystem. That is why you should have this university should become cradle of innovation. We must have that ideal university or ideal institution where quality teaching is blended with quality research. So that is what we would like the JSS College of Arts and the PSG College of Arts and Science should be doing, that you must have that ideal structure of blending a quality education with quality research. Next. I think I'll skip this. Next. Now, changing the new paradigm. See, we must focus all our research, what we do should be relevant to the society. We should not be only doing blue sky research, and because our resources are limited. So we must focus now on translational research. We have done well in publications, patents. Now the next should be to innovation. That means every research should culminate in a product, technology, or a process, or a solution to the problem. So I would request this college also to focus on the translational research and also keep this sustainable, inclusive. Your technology should be reachable, affordable, accessible, sustainable. Next. I think I'll skip this. Lot of efforts is happening in the country to bring fellowships. So I'm sure you are all aware. We want to bring many people who have served in postdoctoral fellowships outside to back Ramalinga Swami Fellows, Ramanujan Fellows, Inspire faculties, national postdoctoral fellowships. So all this, now we have started something in DBT Vaibhav, that you can bring a professor from another country, if he is a people of Indian origin serving in another country, bring them over here and then make them stay here for 1 year or 6 months. So those systems are available. Resources we have created through FIST program, PERS program, SATI program, and many other systems. We have created infrastructure. Now we have brought a policy for Sriman policy, sharing these resources. Because there could be a small college where the facility may not be available. So you should allow to work together so that the equipment's infrastructure is fully utilized. So we created 2 things, Sriman policy and ISTRM in Indian Institute of Science. That portal, you can look at which equipment is available from Coimbatore, which is the nearest place where you can go and use it. So you can reserve this time and then go and work. So please, this is one side the human resource. The second focus is on the research infrastructure, is what is available today. Next. Then the best practices which we have brought through global and human resource mapping. Next slide. Now the pedagogy, I would request Dr. Brinda and all the faculties to also look at how do we change, bring a new paradigm in the, and there are certain models available like MIT, Caltech, UCLA, look at the best and try to adapt to our ecosystem. Next. And the industry connect is very important. This is what I was telling Dr. Brinda, that we should have a strong connect. The industry connect is very vital. So please bring that. Next. Now let me give a little, another 5 minutes, I'll conclude this. The first is, what is Amity model, which we have created in our 12 universities in India, 18 campuses abroad, 28 schools, 200,000. IPR protection cell, technology transfer cell, and also incubator. So all these resources we created. Next. Then we created missions to drive the system. Mission Impossible, Mission Connect, Mission Synergy, which we want to connect for collaboration, and also mission outcome. So these missions actually gave us a wonderful outcome. 2,000 patents filed, almost 1,960 patents filed, 35,000 research papers. Our H index is 126 today. So like this, all this is possible. Like one model I have shown what, with our experience, we have been able to achieve. Next. Now we have few glimpses of our research in Amity. In cancer, everybody works on cancer cell, but root cause, which is the stem cell. So we are now attacking cancer stem cell in our Amity system. And then we have developed a triple conjugate, a known anti-tumor agent, curcumin, and folate. So this folate gives the signature of the cancer stem cell, and curcumin neutralizes the side effects of the anti-tumor agent, highly toxic, chemotoxic, and then it takes the drug into the cancer stem cell, sensitizing the membrane. So such kind of innovative research is happening. Next. We are also working on the repurposing of the drugs. Next. Artificial intelligence was mentioned, so we have developed a platform for vaccine development. If you have 100 candidates, how would you downstream a potential 2 or 3 which could be successful? So we use the AI platform, artificial intelligence platform, even for diagnosis. Next slide. Even for improving the diagnosis of the lung cancer or any imaging, we use application of the AI. Next one. These are some of the ones, natural L-DOPA, herbal L-DOPA. Next. I'll just run through in this. We work on type 3 diabetes. Everybody speaks about type 1, type 2. But we reported type 3, which involves the cerebral symptoms. So if you have a periodic episodes of hypoglycemia, then chronic diabetes, it affects the brain. So you'll find memory loss and also the cognitive dysfunctions. So these are all due to diabetes. So we have given a syndrome, which is type 3 diabetes. We are also looking at the remedies. Next. Traditional system, we have a focus in Ayurveda, Yoga, Naturopathy, Siddha, Unani. We have a separate Amity Institute of Indian Systems of Medicine. Next. And this is Herbal Garden, which we have established. So we have even an Institute of Homeopathy. Next. Final message, carry home message. See, we all should work towards self-reliance in technologies, products. We should not be importing medical devices. Now almost 80% of our medical diagnostic systems, instrumentation comes from abroad. We have to make a change. If we can send a probe to, or an orbiter mission to Mars, or we can land on moon, we should be able to develop all these medical devices very easily. So let us focus in this, whomsoever is working on health technologies, it is a very priority area for the country. Next. So all your research should focus on self-reliance in technologies. And this was another policy which was promulgated, like national education policy, scientific social responsibility. We all have scientific social responsibility. So Prime Minister pronounced this in Indian Science Congress in 2017. I was made the chairman to formulate the national policy for SSR, like CSR, corporate social responsibility. We have scientific social responsibility. Please see that this was released in the Technology Day 2022. And I'm sure that you will, all of us have to serve. Connect strongly the science with society with science, which is not happening. We are just doing research for our requirement of a PhD thesis or a publication, but address the problem. Connect strongly science with society. Next. Now, this last slide. This is our founder president, like your founder here, which I see here. He is the founder, Dr. Ashok Chauhan, who is a PhD in chemical engineering, was there in Germany. He is the one which I mentioned, the Amity Universe he has created with 12 universities. And one closest is going to come to Coimbatore. We will also be in Coimbatore soon, close to the airport, 100 acres. And then we are going to Telangana, and then next will be either Coimbatore or Madurai. So we are looking for it. And best wishes. I'm so happy to be here once again with you all, and looking forward to learn from you an outcome from this very important conference. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for sharing your extensive knowledge with us today. Your expertise has been truly invaluable to everyone present here. I am profusely overjoyed to take the opportunity to introduce our chief guest, Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, Member State Planning Commission, Government of Tamil Nadu. Member Panel to frame the State Education Policy, Government of Tamil Nadu. Task Force Member, State Planning Commission, Chhattisgarh Government. Chairman for the reconstituted High-Level Expert Technical Committee, Hydrocarbon Project, Tamil Nadu Government. Former Director of the Ecoscience Research Foundation, Chennai. Not only that, he has more than 39 years of teaching and research experience in various institutions across India and has traveled across various nations globally. His research collaborations during service includes University of Lancaster, UK, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, BJ Medical College, Pune, CLRI, Chennai, Arise, India, Auroville, India, Exnora International, India, Miyazaki Medical College, Japan, MS Swaminathan Research Foundation, Soil and Water Research Institute, Iran, Miyazaki University, Japan, CPCSEA, Government of India. He has received more than 18 awards, and some of them are Exnora's Friend of the Environment Award for 1993 presented by the Chief Minister of Tamilnadu, and many more. I take immense pleasure in inviting Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, a member of the State Planning Commission, to deliver the keynote address.
எல்லோருக்கும் வணக்கம்மா. Good morning to everybody and dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. I won't be taking much of your time because I have my first lecture when I will be interacting with you. Children, I have just one story to tell you. Yeah, one story. A father takes a small child to an exhibition. The exhibition is heavily crowded. நம்ம ஊர்ல காணும் பொங்கல் மாதிரி. It's heavily crowded. The father looks at the child and says, "Look over there, there's a beautiful red decoration." The child says, "I am unable to see it." Small child, heavy crowd. என்னால பார்க்க முடியலப்பா. The father lifts the child, puts on the shoulder and says, "Now look at it." The child says, "The red one is beautiful, but beyond that there is another blue one which is more beautiful." The father is unable to see it. The child is able to see it because the child is sitting on the shoulders of the father. You children are sitting on such a wonderful faculty of this college and all the stalwarts who are going research. So we expect that you look at something more, something greater, something innovative, and come out with something wonderful in life. You should know better than your teachers. You should learn more than your teachers. That is how the system grows. And we as teachers, this is the only profession where we are very proud when our students become more advanced than what we are. So we are looking forward for this beautiful thing. இது எல்லாரும் இந்த ஏஐ ஐஓடி போட்டு கழுத்தா இருக்கிறாங்க, மயங்கிடாதீங்க. Artificial intelligence will always be artificial. AI cannot replace HI. HI is human intelligence. And children, whatever technology, let it grow. Whatever technology. I work with the farmers. I'll talk to you when I'll be presenting my lecture to you. A technology should assist the farmer, but not replace the farmer. I hope you got the point. So any technology, children, should assist human beings, but not replace human beings, whether it is AI or IoT or whatever type of research it might be. And there'll be much more when I talk to you, Raja. My work has been on soil biology, which I would like to interact with you. Most of you studied with your state government syllabus are my students, because I was the one who designed your 10th science book and the 11th zoology books. So, most of you are indirectly my students, so we will interact over there. இந்த நிகழ்வை நடத்திய இந்த கல்லூரிக்கும் அந்த நிர்வாகத்திற்கும் முதல்வருக்கும் ஆசிரியருக்கும் ஆசிரியர் இல்லா ஊழியர்களுக்கும் மாணவ மணிகளுக்கும் என்னுடைய வாழ்த்துக்கள், மகிழ்ச்சி, நன்றி.
Thank you, sir, for the thought-provoking address, which I'm sure will leave a lasting impact on all of us. Now, it's time for the release of the conference souvenir. I request the Chief Guest, Dr. W. Selvamurthy, Director General, Amity Directorate of Science and Innovation and Chancellor, Amity University, and Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, Member State Planning Commission, Government of Tamil Nadu, to kindly come forward and release the souvenir commemorating this prestigious event. I also request our Madam Principal, Dr. D. Brinda, to receive the souvenir and grace the occasion. I request all the dignitaries to come forward. Thank you, dignitaries, for being a part of this conference souvenir. I request our Principal and Secretary to honor the Chief Guest, Dr. W. Selvamurthy, Director General, Amity, Directorate of Science and Innovation, and Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, Member, State Planning Commission, Government of Tamil Nadu, with may I request Dr. Chang Woo-ji, Research Professor, Fisheries Science Institute, Chonnam National University, South Korea, to accept our acknowledgement of the valuable time he spared for us. May I also request Dr. Pariyapothan Istranwath, Assistant Professor and Head Department of Biotech, Mahastram University, Thailand, to kindly acknowledge our appreciation of her presence. Glad to request Dr. Kalpani Ratnayake, Deputy HOD, Faculty of Health Sciences, Colombo International Engineering College, Colombo, Sri Lanka, to accept our token of gratitude. Thank you, dignitaries, for doing and receiving the honor. Sponsoring is an art of giving in a different fashion, but it does not serve a different purpose. Thank you, sponsors, for choosing us as your candidate for giving sponsorship. On behalf of the PSG College of Arts and Science, I thank all the national and international sponsors and company sponsors. I thank PSGCARE Coimbatore for its special contribution and support. I thank Indian Immunologicals Limited, Hyderabad, and the Collaborative Healthcare Foundation, Orlando, Florida, USA, our alumni, for their major financial contribution. I also thank DRDO Government of India, Tamil Nadu State Council for Higher Education Government of Tamil Nadu State Council for Science and Technology Government of Tamil Nadu, international affiliate of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics, Chicago, Illinois, USA. Thank you, company sponsors, and thank you all the sponsors once again. Now, I invite Dr. M. Sengutuvan, Associate Professor and Head of the Department of Zoology, to propose the vote of thanks.
Most respected dignitaries on the dais and off the dais, a very good morning to one and all present here. On behalf of the organizing team of this international conference, I feel very happy to propose the vote of thanks. I express our deep sense of gratitude to our management and the secretary of our college for their continuous support rendered to our college. I would like to thank the principal of our college, who is very much instrumental for this mega event to take place and delivering the presidential address in this context. I thank Dr. R. Rudramurthy, Director, PSGCARE, and Dr. A. Anguraj Sir, Vice Principal of our college, for delivering the felicitation address to this gathering. I would like to thank Dr. W. Selvamurthy, a President, STIF, Director General, MIT Directorate of Science and Innovation, former distinguished scientist and Chief Controller of Research and Development, DRDO, Government of India. And he is also the Chancellor, MIT University, Sciecnes, and Chair Professor of Life Science, who has accepted our invitation and delivered a thought-provoking speech. I express our gratitude to Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, Member, State Planning Commission, Government of Tamil Nadu, Chennai, who has immediately accepted our invitation in spite of his busy schedule and delivered an inspiring speech. Well-known zoologist, with proudly saying that he is my professor, zoologist. I am very much happy that I am as a zoologist. 31 years of service I put. I am very happy to thank our professors always. So with a deep sense of gratitude, I thank eminent speakers from international and national levels for their presence to make this conference a fruitful one. I thank the international, national level participants and other delegates from various universities, research institutes, and various colleges to make this function a grand success. I also thank HODs of various departments, research scholars, teachers, and student friends for their cooperation to make this function a grand success. I also thank non-teaching staff members, technical assistants, media, and press for their support to conduct this program in a successful manner. And I want to say 3 letters or a sentence. எழுத்தால் எழுதுகோளுக்கு பெருமை, வாய்மையால் செயலுக்கு பெருமை, கற்பித்தலே கற்றவருக்கு பெருமை. நன்றி, வணக்கம்.
Thank you, sir. Close. I request everyone to rise for the national anthem.
जनगणमन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जनगण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
Welcome you all for the upcoming several brainstorming, interesting and insightful technical sessions ahead.
A very good afternoon, one and all gathered here. With due respects, good afternoon for the chief guest, distinguished invitees, participants from various institutions, professorial staff members, and my dear student friends. I thank the organizers for the honor bestowed to me to introduce the speaker of the first technical session of this international conference, Dr. Sultan Ahmed Ismail sir, fondly called as the earthworm man. He is one among the elite to hold an DSc degree. With 4 decades of teaching and research, Dr. Ismail has held various positions for its credits. To mention a few, he is the member, State Planning Commission, Government of Tamilnadu, member, planning to frame the state education policy, Government of Tamilnadu, task force member, State Planning Commission, Chhattisgarh Government, chairman for reconstituting higher level expert technical committee in hydrocarbon project, Tamilnadu Government, former director of the Ecoscience Research Foundation, Chennai. He has guided more than 16 research scholars for their PhD and has published 75 research articles in various reputed journals. His area of interest is vermicomposting, and he has trained the low economical women and children for their better livelihoods. He has published more than 20 books on vermicomposting and earthworm, and to his credit, one book, the earthworm book, has been published in both Tamil, Chinese, and in Persian. He has collaborated with various national and international organizations and universities. To name a few, University of Lancaster, UK, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Mumbai, Exnora International, Chennai, and Miyazaki Medical College, Japan, MS Swaminathan Research Foundation, Chennai. Dr. Ismail is the first person to inform to the world on the few things about the earthworm. He was the first one to show the anti-inflammatory properties of earthworm to the world. He presented the ultrastructural structure of the pineal setae of the earthworm and the electrobioluminescence in the earthworm. That was his credit, where he has given the first to its world. Recognizing his contribution to the research, he has been awarded with various accolades. Exnora Friend Award of the Environment Award in 1992, presented by the then Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu. Commonwealth Association of Science and Technology and Mathematical Educators Award from UK. Australia International Education Foundation Visiting Fellow, Environmental Award by Green India Foundation, and he has been confirmed with Arinyar Anna Award by the Department of Environment, Government of Tamil Nadu, India, for Environmental Education and Awareness. Award for Excellence presented by the Excellence of Governor of Jharkhand. He is the one among top 10 persons recognized by Ananda Vigadan. He has Special Contribution Award for Outstanding Contribution to Earthworm Industry at the World Earthworm Industry Forum in China. He has received the Beacon of Hope Award in February 2020, and he is an Inspiring Humanitarian Award by the World Humanitarian Drive UK in 2021. We are really happy to invite you, sir, for this international conference, and we are eagerly waiting to learn your expertise and share this expertise to these young minds. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you for your brief introduction. We now request our keynote speaker, Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail sir, to please take over the session.
Hello. Mic கீழே அவர் 2 வார்த்தை பேசிட்டு பிறகு ஆரம்பிக்கணும். இல்லை சார்.
Check.
We are running out of time. Without taking much time, I am giving the stage to Professor Ismail. We listen from you, sir. You start.
Good afternoon, children. Yeah. Basically, I'm a teacher, so I love to talk to you people from here rather than talk from the stage. Children, it's a great opportunity for me to interact. So I'm going to talk to you for Earth's sake, a sort of a general topic where you can understand the concepts of environment. As I told you, this is my 50th year of teaching. I started teaching in 1974. The climate change in ஊரை ஏமாத்துறாங்க பாருங்க. அதாவது climate change ன்னு சொன்ன உடனே people immediately talk about restoration. என்ன சொல்லுவாங்கன்னா they talk about restoration. இந்த ரெஸ்டோரேஷன் அப்படின்னு சொல்லிட்டு உங்களெல்லாம் கூண்டு போயிட்டு சாயில் ரெஸ்டோரேஷன், ஃபாரஸ்ட் ரெஸ்டோரேஷன் அப்படின்னு பேசுவாங்க. பேசிக்கலி சில்ட்ரன், restoration means what? Supposing a person is traveling on a two-wheeler, meets with an accident and his leg is amputated. Leg is amputated. If I can give back the original leg, that is restoration. Can I give back the original leg? No. We give them artificial leg, and that is rehabilitation. Children, human beings cannot restore nature. Please be very clear. Please be very clear. We can only rehabilitate, and nature restores itself. Raja, நீயே நிக்கிற, உட்கார் நீயும். என் கிளாஸ்ல ஒன்றும் கவலை கிடையாது, உட்கார் நீ. ஒன்றும் கவலை கிடையாது, உட்கார். This can be done by two things. One is mitigation. Mitigation is why we have all met over here. The other one is adaptation. Ekkedu kettu potta enakku enna. Right? That is adaptation. But we want a mitigation to take place. These are the sustainable development goals which people are talking about. Children, please be very clear as to whether it will be possible or what we can do or what we cannot do. Idhula vandu first target by 2030 enna provide panna porom. Just read those lines which are red in color. Nutritious and sufficient food for the world. Mudiyuma? Kaiyil ethana varsham irukku? 7 years. Nutrition department yes nu sollatom. 7 years ku appuram na irundha na vandu question பண்ணிட்டு போறேன். Right? End all forms of malnutrition by 2030. Then double agriculture productivity. Ella manasla veinga. We'll discuss as we go through. Right? Improve land and soil quality. Next, maintain genetic diversity. இது நல்லா கவனிக்கணும். Maintain genetic diversity of seeds, cultivated plants, farmed and domesticated animals. Today we are 121 ranked in the world. How are we going to evolve in 7 years? Start thinking. That's where I want you people to start research. Be innovative. Be innovative in your thoughts. இங்க தான் பிரச்சனையே ஆரம்பிக்குது. We are teaching you something wrong right from the beginning. We talk to you about living and non-living. சொல்றாங்களா இல்லையா? Living, non-living. Airக்கு என்ன சொல்றோம்? Non-living. Non-living. What are we? Living. But we never tell you that if you remove the non-living air from my body, I become non-living. Water is non-living. I am living. Remove the non-living water from my body, I become non-living. Right?
How much are we related to ourselves? Why do we need air? யார் சொன்னது டு பிரீத்? மாட்டிக்கிட்ட பேர் என்ன? கிரிதரன். I can use your name. Giridharan says he uses air for breathing. டிஃபன் சாப்பிட்டேக்கல்ல? என்ன சாப்பிட்ட ராஜா? டேய் சாப்பிட்டே எனக்கு சாப்பிடலையா? பட்னியா கிடாரு. நேற்று காலையில் என்ன சாப்பிட்டார்? தோசை சாப்பிட்டார். நேற்று காலையில் கிரிதரன் என்ன சாப்பிட்டாரு? தோசை சாப்பிட்டாரு. Children, now tell me, dosela, what is more in quantity, rice or pulses? Rice. So logically speaking, what did Giri have for breakfast yesterday? Rice. Rice, does it have more amount of protein or more amount of carbohydrate or more amount of fat? So logically speaking, what did he have for breakfast? Carbohydrate is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Logically speaking, he had carbon, hydrogen, oxygen. Where do you normally find carbon, hydrogen, oxygen? So what did he have for breakfast? And you say use it for breathing. Children, that is the relationship between us and the environment. That is the beautiful relationship that exists between us and the... Thank you, Giri. Right? Ida magic word, Raja. Today, echo. Echo means home, veedu, illam. If I study about the home, it is ecology. If I evaluate my home, it is economy. Logy means study, normy means numbers. The problem today is the conflict between these two. And in this, what happened, what burns is ecology. Right. This is biodiversity, Kanna. Bio means life, diversity means variety. We are very rich in biodiversity. Please always remember, children, India is very rich in biodiversity. All these varieties. And each variety, we have several sub-varieties. Right? All these belong to our country. All these belong to our country. All these species, once upon a time. Right? இங்கே தான் வரும்போது தான் இந்த ப்ராப்ளம் ஆரம்பிக்குது. Bos indicus is our cattle. Bos taurus is western cattle. Right? So இன்னைக்கு A1 pal, A2 pal, I hope you all know. I don't want to go into the details because I want to show you more slides. அப்போ இவர் தேசி. அப்போ இவர் தேசினா அவர் யாரு? பரதேசி. புரியுதா? Right. This combination fight is going on. அப்போதான் என்ன பண்றாங்க? The new technology, I told you, technology should not replace. The new technology has been introduced called as the Bellsville sperm sexing technology, where people say that bulls are not wanted. On one side, the government of India says we have to protect the cattle. On the other side, they have introduced a technology where bulls are not wanted. So sperms will be collected from the bulls, will go through a special technology of centrifugation, where the X-generated sperms and Y-generated sperms will be separated. The Y sperms will be destroyed, so no more males. Only few male animals will be maintained. And the sperms collected from the stud bulls alone will be put into those straws for artificial insemination. Right? Already it has come into practice in our country. இப்போ என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, the sperms, if you buy the general sperm, the straw costs around 10 rupees to 15 rupees. Whereas if you go for a sex-dimensioned sperm, it's expensive. Today, when the government is selling it, it's subsidized. If one of the Anis takes it over, Ani தெரியுமில்ல? தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? அந்த ஆணி தான், அதானி, அம்பானி. Right? If they take over, you can understand what the costs will be and how our farmers can be. The worst is, a cow cannot love a bull and have a baby. யோசிச்சுக்க. The other side, we have poultry farming. In the poultry farming, என்ன கோழி? வெக்கமா இல்லை, நம்ம கோழி நாட்டு கோழின்னு சொல்லிட்டு இதை போய் கோழின்னு சொல்ல ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். This particular கோழி, again, health industry, those with nutrition, we use so many hormones and antibiotics that when I was young, at 70 days, the chicken will stand in attention. Now, in 48 days, it stands in standardities, unable to bear its weight. Now the industry is planning to bring this stage in 35 days. I'm not exaggerating. Go back home, take your appa amma's photograph when they were in class 12. Look at your photograph when you were in class 12. நம்ம எல்லாம் பிளேடு காலேஜுக்கு தான் யூஸ் பண்ணோம். இப்போ ஸ்கூல்லே யூஸ் பண்ணுறாங்க. I hope you understand what happens with so much of hormones in system. யார் இது? மீன். இது fresh water fish. இது நம்மளுடைய மெரைன் ஃபிஷ். இவ்வளோ இருந்தாலும் again food industry, nutrition, dietetics, please concentrate on this. Zoology students, please concentrate. Today we are importing fish from our friends Thailand and Indonesia. This basa, it's a catfish, keluthi மீன். This is a freshwater catfish. அதோடைய ஸ்கின்னை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடுவாங்க, போனை ரிமூவ் பண்ணிடுவாங்க. ரிமூவ் பண்ணால் இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கும். கலர் நல்லா இருக்கா பார்க்குறதுக்கு? நல்லா இல்லைல்ல. ஸோ வி ப்ளீச் இட் and then it comes into India in the form of a solid ice block. This is sold in 300 to 400 rupees in Chennai per kilo. Indian fish is sold for about 600 to 800 to 1000 rupees per kg. நீ ஹோட்டலுக்கு போகிற இடத்துல எல்லாம் இதான் வாங்குறாங்க. இதை வாங்கிட்டு they thaw it and then they serve it to you beautifully like this. You enjoy it. All the best. So next time you go to the restaurant, ask for a full fish or ask for a slice of fish which has bone in it. These are small things which I want you people to understand because 9 departments. Chinnathambi பத்தி தெரியும் உங்களுக்கு. Right. Now Chinnathambi requires 1 square kilometer area per day at an average. Any elephant. And elephants don't walk alone. They always like to walk like this. நீங்க டூருக்கு போனா போவீங்க பாருங்க, அந்த மாதிரி தான். ரைட். அப்போ போன பிறகு பாதி கும்பல் பின்னால் இருக்கணும். டீச்சர் இப்படி திரும்பி வாங்கடான்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. கரெக்ட் தானேப்பா? நாங்கள் பண்ண விஷயம் தான் நீங்களும் பண்ணுறீங்க, ஒன்றும் புதுசு கிடையாது. ரைட் ரைட். ஸோ தே ஸ்டார்ட் பிரேக்கிங் வென் யூ ஸ்டார்ட் கன்ஸ்ட்ரக்டிங். திஸ் த எலிஃபென்ட் காரிடார். ஐ டோன்ட் வாண்ட் டு நேம் எனிபடி, திஸ் த காலேஜ். ரைட். அப்போ தான் ஜூனோசஸ் வர ஆரம்பிக்குது. ஜூனோசஸ் ஆர் த டிசீசஸ் விச் கோ ஃப்ரம் அனிமல்ஸ் டு ஹியூமன் பீயிங்ஸ். இத்தனை வருஷமாக படித்தோம், ஜூனோட்டிக் டிசீசஸ் படித்தோம். இப்போ என்ன வருது புதுசாக? ஆந்த்ரோபோனோசிஸ். Animals getting diseases from human beings. I want biotechnology department to start research on it. Please understand these concepts. One of the first cases was the death of a lion in the Chennai Zoo, Vandalur Zoo, by COVID virus transformed from human beings to animals. இவர் யாரு தெரியுமா தெரியாதா? It was part of our system, right? We made variety, we made manure, and then the biogas plant came in, and then this fellow came in. Once tractor came in, we said, get lost. But tractor, sani poduma? Podadu. Neevu tractor uruvakku. So when we plow the soil, what happens to the soil is, soil starts coming up. Children from plant sciences, botany, biotechnology, animal sciences, please work on these concepts. இப்போ இதில் என்ன பிரச்சனை வருது? microbiology as well as biochemistry, soil biochemistry. You please understand that when this happens, whereas when I use a heavy tractor, compaction starts taking place in isolated areas. So what happens to the soil quality can be a beautiful research which you can do. Now this, when it gets compressed, then soil air escapes. When soil air escapes, soil organisms perish. Right? This is what the tree gives me. This is what a tree gives me. You can read it for yourself. Right? அப்போதான் என்ன ஆகுதுன்னா, the moment we talk about trees, I'm talking to you as a planning commission member now. In meetings, what department says, we can grow a lot of trees. எந்த trees? உடனே என்ன சொல்றாங்க? We can grow what trees? மியாவாக்கி போட்டுடலாம். மியாவாக்கி is not an answer. மியாவாக்கி is not an answer for growing trees. மியாவாக்கி ஒரு காலேஜ் கேம்பஸுக்குள்ளார பண்ணலாம், not for a forest. சரி, அப்போ green cover வேணும். We want some trees ன்னு சொன்ன உடனே people want to grow சவுக்கன் தேக்கு. Because satellite picture எடுத்தா greenery வந்துடும். Department will certify. But children, when a tree grows and the litter falls down, this litter is waste. மக்கி போகாது சீக்கிரமா. பழைய கதை ஞாபகம் இருக்கா? ஔவையாரை பார்த்து முருகர் என்ன கேட்டார்? சுட்ட பழம் வேணுமா? அது எந்த பழம்? ஏன் நாவல் பழமாக இருந்தது? ஏன் நாவல் பழம்? அது கொய்யாவாக இருக்கலாமே. கொய்யாவும் கீழே விழுந்துச்சுன்னா மண் ஒட்ட தான் செய்யும், ஊதி தான் சாப்பிட போகிறாங்க. ரைட்? ஸோ மோஸ்ட் ஆஃப் த ரிசர்ச் விச் we did in our laboratories, we found that the litter, wherever the leaf litter falls, you find heavy diversity and density of microorganisms and earthworms in that litter. So there was a lesson behind it. It is not just a kada of sutta padam, sudada padam. It's good for the soil. So such trees you can work out. Microbiology along with plant sciences and animal sciences. What happens When litter of different trees falls and decomposes in that particular region, which organisms multiply? What is the biodiversity? What is the density? Relationships. Right? So please try to understand this. Who produces maximum oxygen? Are you sure? No, ma. Oceans produce more oxygen. Remember that. Remember that. அப்போதான் வந்து the climate change la carbon dioxide production. CO2 combines with water becomes carbonic acid. So when more carbonic acid gets formed in the sea, then the sea pH varies. If sea pH varies, then plankton density and diversity will vary. That means oxygen production is going to go down. நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கிங்க, நல்லா புரிஞ்சுக்கமா. அப்போ once I cut the trees, the soil is exposed. வானம் பார்த்த பூமி. So what happens to all the soil? It gets washed away. Topsoil. To develop 1 inch of topsoil, nature takes around 250 to 400 years. மண்ணை பாதுகாக்கணும். We have to save that soil. What is soil? Soil is food. அப்போ நான் நிறைய ரிசர்ச் பண்ணும்போது I'm not going into all the details. I wanted to transfer several biological systems to the soil. One of the most important questions one person asked me was, மண்ணுக்கு மூளை இருக்கான்னு கேட்டார். மண்ணுக்கு அறிவு இருக்கான்னு கேட்டார். Does soil have a brain? Can a soil think? எனக்கு என்ன சந்தோஷம், எனக்கு இந்த மேத்ஸ் இருக்க அது மண்டையிலே ஏறல. என் ஸ்கூல் வாத்தியார் வந்து எனக்கு சொன்னார், டேய் உன் மண்டையில் களிமண் இருக்குன்னாரு. அது ஒரு காம்ப்ளிமெண்ட் ஆகி போச்சு. I became a soil biologist. Right? I became a soil biologist. அதாவது இங்கே பார்க்க போனோம்னா சாயிலுக்கு பிரெயின் இருக்கா இல்லைன்னு பார்க்கும்போது தான் ஒரு குழியை வெட்டி if I put any biomass, it will decompose. Agreed? But if I put a seed, it will generate. Soil knows what it has to decompose, what it has to generate. மண்ணுக்கு அறிவு இருக்கா இல்லையா? நம்மளோட அறிவு அதிகமாக இருக்குல்ல? Very good. ஸோ அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு சாயிலை how can I பாதுகாக்கலாம்? How can I protect? Organic matter. இங்கே I want your college to take the lead in this area. கோயம்புத்தூர் பக்கத்தில் இன்னும் கொஞ்சம் தாண்டி போனீங்கன்னா தேனி பக்கத்தில் எல்லாம் வந்து சாயில் ஆர்கானிக் மேட்டர் வந்து ரொம்ப குறைஞ்சி போச்சு. அவர் ஸ்டேட்ஸ், அவர் கண்ட்ரி ஷுட் ஹேவ் an average of 2% to 5% organic matter. National average is 0.25 to 0.4%. Are you able to understand? According to government of Tamilnadu, it is 0.68, which I disagree because we have worked at the soil level. It is in Theni and other places 0.2%. You have a wonderful projects where you can take over, improve the soil organic matter content. Soil fertility அப்படின்னு பேச ஆரம்பிச்சாங்க. We spoke against it because soil fertility அப்படின்னா you take your soil, give it to any research laboratory for analysis. அவங்க உடனே வந்து NPK, some micronutrients, pH, electroconductivity, they will write it down. They don't stop with it. In beneath it, they write recommendations. Add so much of urea, so much of DAP, so much of potash. So soil fertility got related with fertilizers. So we who work with organic farming, we talk about soil health. Man valam கிடையாது, man nalam. So start working on those concepts. When a lady is pregnant and the baby has to grow healthy, would you inject something? ஏமா இது அப்புறமா கையெழுத்து வாங்கலாமா, இப்போதான் வாங்கணுமா, நானும் வாத்தியா தொழில இருந்தேம்மா, உட்காரு. When a lady is pregnant, children, you can sit down, please. Don't stand like that. Please sit down. Please sit down. Please sit down. My remote doesn't work from here. I don't know, this is a bit slow. Otherwise, I would come till the last row. Right? We don't inject medicine to the baby to grow healthy. We take care of the mother. So similarly, if a crop has to grow healthy, should we take care of the crop or take care of the soil? Soil. We don't take care of the soil. We have started fortifying food. I want your nutrition department and the health department to work on what is the impact of fortified food. Children who have studied in government schools, who are studying here, especially girl children, you are given today rice which is fortified. Rice is taken to a factory where rice is powdered. And to this powder is added iron, B6 and B12, again formed in the shape of a rice. For 1 kg of that rice, 99 kg of rice is added. And that rice is being distributed to the PDS system, which goes to the midday meal scheme. Ask your friend to listen to me. Yeah, that's better. Right? Goes to the midday meal scheme. Right? Apart from this, salt is not just being fortified with iodine. You also add iron to it. Third, girl children are given tablets of iron. So are we creating concrete pillars? What happens with excess iron? I need this information. Please start working on it. But we use a lot of fertilizers and pesticides every year. Our production has started decreasing after 2000 per acre, per hectare. And all this is going into water systems which you can work on. This is a train which goes every day from Bathinda in Punjab to Bikaner in Rajasthan, where there's a cancer hospital. Not less than 100 farmers travel every day with cancer. And this train is called as the Cancer Express. Google it for Cancer Express for more details. So what this child is eating and drinking, is it safe? Not safe. Fine. On the other side, we are generating waste. Can we call it as resource management? In fact, I'm drafting the policy on waste management for the government. So whether we can call it as resource management, positive. குப்பைன்னு சொன்னால் யாரும் தொட மாட்டேங்கிறாங்க. மூலப்பொருள் அப்படின்னா தொட ஆரம்பிப்பாங்க. பாசிட்டிவ் அப்ரோச் டு லைஃப், ரைட்? அங்கே தான் வெர்மிடெக் என்ற வார்த்தை ஆரம்பித்தது. வெர்மிடெக். Vermi is earthworm. Tech is technology. When it comes to that, these are local earthworms. We generally classify worms into 3 types. I will not go into the details. Surface, subsurface, and bottom. Surface, subsurface, and bottom. And these are our local earthworms. Very common. But today we are using this earthworm for composting, which is Uterus eugenie. This is how an earthworm works. It takes the food gets digested, and then enters the intestine. Every segment has nephridia, kidney-like structures, which pours urea inside. So urea plus carbon combines together, and this enriched format comes out as castings. These are vermicastings. And these are the cocoons produced by earthworms, and the young ones are born this way. This is how a young earthworm is born. This is how a young earthworm is born. Vermicomposting is very simple. Have your waste material already, lose the heat, and then you put it in a dung and keep a variety on the top. Your earthworms start multiplying. Very simple technology. You can all try it. Right, variety. யாரு இங்கே பாருங்க என்ன ஜாலியாக பண்ணுறாங்க நம்ம ஊரில் எக்ஸ்பர்ட்ஸ். இவ்வளோ கஷ்டப்பட்ட பண்ண பிறகு விற்கிறது யாரு பாரு. ₹10 வாங்கி ₹140 விற்கிறோம். Please understand, children, what is happening around us. We have responsibilities. That's vermicompost for you. That's vermicompost for you. Remember, children, greener the leaf, more nitrogen. Drier the leaf, more carbon. The CN ratio should be around 30, maximum of 30. These are all the carbon sources and nitrogen sources. That's the reason I wanted him to focus over here, because this should be recorded. You can see it anytime. Right? That's why nature always drops both the leaves together, because nature knows the mechanism. What we do is we add it up, and then we add cattle dung, because business people come and tell that they want to come out with microorganisms. You can come out with some consortia, which can be more effective, right? But I use only diluted cattle dung. Compost is made, it's piled up, temperature increases inside. This is very important for me, because unwanted pathogens are destroyed, unwanted pests are destroyed, unwanted seeds are destroyed, and then when you turn over, steam comes up, and after a few days, it goes down. Cool it, coarse sieve it, give it to the worms. This is biryani for earthworms. They produce compost. Tappu enga pandrona, we add up all the organic matter, introduce worms also. So what you are cooking is earthworm biryani, because of the heat. So be careful when you teach farmers properly. Then we fine sieve it, and that is vermicompost. Right? Microbiology. You start working on it now. We have done several experiments. The names you find over there are all my PhD students. Whenever I use their slides, I use their names. Right? You have different components we have identified. You can go beyond it. Several types of fungal colonies, several things, including Trichoderma viridae, which is very essential. Right? Algae, Anabaina, several. We also tried biodynamic farming, biodynamic chromatography. The children, those who are doing biochemistry, please refer for biodynamic chromatography, very simple mechanism where you can get patents. What you require is only sodium hydroxide and silver nitrate. These are only two things. Biodynamic chromatography. But what I am worried is, company garavantam, compost in 24 hours. So any of you people, if this company comes to your college and says, I can produce compost in 24 hours, I want you to ask him only one question, whether he was born in 10 months or whether he was born in 10 minutes. Compost cannot be prepared in 24 hours. The product is not compost. It's only just burnt out product which stinks and is of low pH. But I can recommend one machine. Confirmed, it will work very well. 24 hours. மாட்டுக்கு போடுங்க, சாணி ready. Children, those who want biotechnology, seeds is a problem today. All these are available in your kitchen, right? Native seeds are called as heirloom seeds, children. Please remember that term, heirloom seeds. Heirloom seeds. அது கூட கடையில் போய் வாங்கினா இந்த கலராக இருக்கும். கடையில் வாங்கினா இந்த கலர். This color is because of a nasty chemical called as neonicotinoids, which are the 5th generation toxic, neurotoxic substances. Not in the plant that grows. But when a farmer uses BD, or puff eduparu, then he will put 3-4 seeds. Again, he will use a puff. That means his fingers are touching his lips. He is unknowingly consuming a toxic substance. It's our responsibility to reach it to them. Please. இதுக்கு ஆல்டர்னேட்டிவ் பண்ணியிருக்கிறோம் நாங்கள். We have produced alternatives with termite soil. Farmer seeds இருந்தது ஒரு காலத்தில். இப்போ வந்து எல்லாமே கம்பெனிக்காரன் வந்து பூந்துட்டான். ஹைப்ரிட்ஸுக்கும் ஜிஎம்ஓஸுக்கும் டிஃப்ரென்ஸ் பார்த்துக்குங்க. ஹைப்ரிட் வந்து ஒட்டு, மாங்காய் ஒட்டு மாங்காய், எலுமிச்சம் ஒட்டு எலுமிச்சம், ரைட்? ஜிஎம்ஓ இஸ் டோட்டலி அன்ரிலேட்டட் ஆர்கனிசம்லேருந்து எடுத்து பண்ணுறது. நமக்கு வந்து உணவே மருந்து. வேலைக்காரனுக்கு தான் உணவில் மருந்து வேணும், நமக்கு வேண்டாம். They wanted to bring golden rice. We fought against it, right? Then they wanted to bring BT cotton. They brought it. But என்ன சொல்லி கொண்டு வந்தாங்க? Non-edible crop. Is cotton edible or non-edible? இப்படி சொல்லியே நாட்டை குட்ட வச்சுட்டிங்களா? உங்கள் மதுரையில் பருத்தி பால் குடிப்பாங்க, நாகப்பட்டினம் நாகூரில் வந்து பருத்தி கொட்டை ஹல்வா இருக்குது. It is edible, right? கத்திரிக்காய் கொண்டு வர பார்த்தாங்க. That is being held up today, right? Because we have 60 varieties today harvested in India. Tamilnadu we have 22 varieties. The bank has almost 4,460 variants. Government of India's bank, right? இப்போ மஸ்டர்ட் கொண்டு வர பார்க்குறாங்க, கடுகு. இந்த மஸ்டர்டுக்கு வந்து புது பேர் கொடுத்துட்டாங்க, DMH11, Dhara mustard hybrid. They are not calling it as BT because, yes, it is a hybrid from genetically modified crops. So please be careful as to what is happening. Children, please be aware as to what is happening around us, right? We are fighting against it. இதான் நடக்கும் பயோடைவர்சிட்டிக்கும் பயோடெக்னாலஜிக்கும். என்ன நடக்கும்? பயோடைவர்சிட்டி ஜூடோ கராட்டே ஹூஹா பண்ணுவார், பயோடெக்னாலஜி டிஷ்யூம் பண்ணிடுவார். I am talking to you as a former head of the Department of Biotechnology, right? Children, technology is an excellent tool, right? Technology is like a knife. You can either peel a potato or you can kill a person. The choice is ours. Where we have to apply the technology, we got to apply the technology, not wherever we find there is profit. These are all biopolitics which are taking place around us. Children, the last portion of it is eat properly, because you have food and nutrition. My only thing is that today you are eating a lot but no nourishment. அதுக்கு தான் இன்னிலேருந்து ஒரு simple mechanism which I have been talking about for the past several years is follow the national flag. What is the top color? Take some food of that color every day. Carrot, papaya, orange, mango, whatever you want. It has carotene. Second color, white. Take enough amount of calcium. Milk is the richest source of calcium. If you are a vegan, take a substitute. Third color, green. Pache nere kaikarigal. Unfortunately, you youngsters go to the hotel, vegetarian hotel, paneer na saparinga. It's green colored vegetables which give the fiber and the quality. Nadula chakra what color? Blue. Blue, right from childhood we have been painting water blue. Have blue. And how many lines in the chakra? 24 hours, follow our national flag. We don't need any type of food from anywhere in the world. Is that clear to your children? Right? And you think that these two will replace? These two will replace? And this, I want your research to continue on aspartame, which is picking up the market today. In the non-sugary drink, ellame poi. They are more dangerous than sugar. Those who are taking for substitutes, you better take sugar. It's less harmful than all these dirty chemicals. ஹோட்டலுக்கு போனால் டிஷ்யூ பேப்பரில் வேற போட்டு கட்டிக்கிட்டு பாக்கெட்டில் போட்டுன்னு வர வெறும் அஸ்பர்டேம் அது. ஜாக்கிரதை ஜாக்கிரதை ஜாக்கிரதைம்மா. ரைட்? இந்த ரவா உப்பு போட்டு சமைச்சா என்ன பேர்? சக்கரை போட்டு சமைச்சா ஏன் கேசரி மட்டும் வெள்ளையாக இருந்தால் தொண்டை விட்டு இறங்காதா? The color which is sold today is a dangerous color. It is a chemical powder. It is not kesar. So see to it that you can take kesari without color, or you can use any of these natural substitutes. Orange in the color தானே? பின்ன சாஃப்ட் ட்ரிங்க் மட்டும் என் சிவப்பாக கிடக்குது. யோசிக்க ஆரம்பிங்கம்மா. இது குட் ஃபார் ஹெல்த் தானே? என்ன ப்ரொஃபஸர், குட் ஃபார் ஹெல்த் ஒத்துக்கிறீங்களா? பெரிய ஹாஸ்பிட்டல் who is a big multi-crore business, they are selling this now. இளநீர் in a powder packet, 20 ரூபா, தண்ணியில் கரைச்சி குடிங்க. Each packet has 14 grams of sugar. Is it a health drink, or you can imagine yourself, Raja? You can imagine. The new one which has come is RBGH. I want you children again to work on it. Recombinant bovine growth hormones. இந்த ஊசியை வந்து மாட்டுக்கு கொடுத்தோம்னு வைங்க, பாலை ஃபுல்லாக கரைச்சி எடுத்துடலாம். எஸ், பட் மாட்டுக்கு என்ன ஆகும்? 2-3 வருஷத்துலேயே வந்து மாட்டுக்கு மடிவியாதி வந்துடும். இது வந்து பல ஆண்டாக சொல்கிறேன், கேட்கல. இதை நல்லா கவனிங்க. இப்போ வால்யூம் வர மாட்டேங்குது ராஜா. சவுண்டு கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணுங்க தம்பி. சவுண்டு கொஞ்சம் அட்ஜஸ்ட் பண்ணு.
இருந்ததை கண்டு அதை பார்த்தபோது அதில் பால் சுரப்பது தெரிய வந்தது. அதன் பின்னர் பால் மடியில் பால் கறந்து பார்த்தபோது 1/2 லிட்டர் வரை பால் கிடைத்தது. இது குறித்து கால்நடை மருத்துவர்களிடம் கேட்டபோது ஹார்மோன் பிரச்சனையால் மிக அரிதாக இது போன்று நிகழும்.
Just born கண்ணுக்குட்டி giving half a liter of milk. Please understand what's happening around us. Please understand. எல்லா கடையிலையும் விற்க ஆரம்பிச்சிட்டோம். Right? This is not my slide. This I have borrowed from ICMR. Sorry, ITRC. Most of this are prepared with 5 heavy metals. Kidney போச்சு. ஆம்பளை பசங்களை அவங்கள தான் முக்கியமாக வார்ன் பண்ணுறேன். பொண்ணு பார்க்க போகும்போது இதான் வச்சு கொடுப்பாங்க முதல் நாள். ஜாக்கிரதை. பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸில் வந்து 6 வெரைட்டி இருந்தது, 7வது வெரைட்டி வந்திருக்கு. இதில் நீங்கள் நிறையா ஒர்க் பண்ணணும். எனக்கு வேணும். I want results from PSG. After 1 year I'm going to write a letter over here. Right? 6 இருந்தது, 7வது வந்துடுது. இதில் பாருங்கள். Any good quality bottle you buy, there should be a triangle with a number inside it. Right? 7th number வந்துடுது. They should declare it as BPA free. What I want you to be careful is feeding bottles are coming in plastic number 7. Please be very careful children. இதான் பெஸ்ட். டெல்லி மீட்டிங் போயிருந்தேன். டேபிளில் வச்சாங்க, முக்கோணம் இருக்க நம்பரை காணும். ரைட்? அம்மா நாங்கள்லாம் வந்து என்ன சொல்லுவோம், அது கையேந்தி பவன், அதில் சாப்பிட்டு தான் வளர்ந்தோம். பட் நம்ம சாப்பிடும்போது கையேந்தி பவனில் இலை கொடுத்தாங்க. உங்களுக்கு தெர்மோகால் தட்டு தராங்க. எனிதிங் யூ புட் ஆன் தெர்மோகால், ஹாட் திங்ஸ் வில் லீச் அவுட் ஸ்டீரின். நீ சாப்பிட்றது கேன்சர். கொஞ்சம் பார்த்துக்க. மைக்ரோ பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் ஐ வாண்ட் யூ பீப்புள் டு ஒர்க் ஆன். மைக்ரோ பிளாஸ்டிக்ஸ் டூத்பேஸ்ட், எஸ்பெஷலி லைக் டூத்பேஸ்ட், அதுக்கப்புறம் வந்து ஷாம்பூஸில் வர ஆரம்பிச்சிருக்கு. பி கேர்ஃபுல். ப்ளீஸ் பி வெரி கேர்ஃபுல். ப்ளீஸ் டோன்ட் யூஸ் தம். தண்ணியில் வர ஆரம்பிச்சிடுது. சென்னை தண்ணியில் வந்துடுது. ரைட்? சால்ட்ஸில் வந்துடுது, மீனில் வந்துடுது. நவ் ரீசெண்ட்லி ஃப்ரூட்ஸ்லேயும் வந்துடுது. ஃப்ரூட்ஸை தாண்டி காற்றுல வந்தாச்சு. நெக்ஸ்ட்டு இதை பாருங்கள். எப்பா ராஜா, நீங்கள் அப்போ போய் ரெடியூஸ் பண்ணிடுங்க கண்ணா.
அண்மையில் நடந்த மருத்துவ ஆராய்ச்சியில் தாய் சேயை இணைக்கும் நஞ்சுக்கொடியில் நுண்ணெகிழி துகள்கள் கண்டுபிடிக்கப்பட்டுள்ளது. அதிர்ச்சி ஏற்படுத்தியுள்ளது. உலகிலேயே பாதுகாப்பான இடம் என்று நினைக்கும் தாயின் கருவறையும்
போறோம். பிளாஸ்டிக் வந்து பிளசண்டால வந்தாச்சு. பிளாஸ்டிக் ஹியூமன் பிளட்ல வந்தாச்சு. ஃபைனலி மதர்ஸ் மில்க்லேயே வந்தாச்சு. You have a lot of research to do, Raja, lot of research to do. Because today health industry is not concerned about our food, and our food industry is not concerned about our health. That's it. Okay? But an answer irukku unga kitta, because you have the Navagrahas working together. Children, that's an asset to you. Same campus. My humble request to teachers is, drop your egos. Unite together. You can achieve. You can come out with wonderful clarifications. Idama, கல்யாணியுடைய ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட் எனக்கு ரொம்ப பிடிச்ச ஸ்டேட்மெண்ட். நீங்கள் படிச்சுட்டு இருப்பீங்க, ரைட்? ஷால் வி ரீவார்ம் த வேர்ல்ட்? இன்றைக்கி மழை பெய்யும் போது தண்ணி உள்ளார போக மாட்டேங்குது. மண்புழு திரும்பி வந்துடுதுன்னா சுரங்குகள் வரும், தண்ணி உள்ளார போகும். ஆனால் இதெல்லாம் செய்யணும்னா என்ன வேணும்? இன்றைக்கி சும்மா நடந்து போனாலே தட்டி விடுறதுக்கு ஆள் ரெடியாக இருக்கிறான். ஜாக்கிரதை, ஜாக்கிரதை, ஜாக்கிரதையாக பண்ணுங்க. நல்லா முன்னுக்குவாங்க. அம்மா எனக்கு மேத்ஸும் கெமிஸ்ட்ரியும் புரியலடா. நீங்களும் உங்களுக்கு நிறைய பேர் புரியாமல் இருக்கும். நிறைய பேர் நீட்டெல்லாம் ட்ரை பண்ணியிருப்பீங்க. நிறைய பேருக்கு மெடிசின் சீட் கிடச்சிருக்காது. வேறு வழியே இல்லை, ஜுவாலஜியோ பாட்னியோ படித்து தோலன்னு சேர்ந்துருப்பீங்க. நடக்கிற உண்மையை சொல்கிறேன்டா. உலகத்தில் இதான் நினைக்கிறாங்க, இது 3 படித்தா தான் வாழ்க்கை, இதெல்லாம் படிக்கலைன்னா யூ ஆர் ஏ வாட் ஆர் யூ டிஸ்கிரேஸ் அப்படின்னு உங்கள் மனசில் இருந்துச்சுன்னா இன்னி வரைக்கும் யூ ஹவ் பின் லிஸ்னிங் டு எ டிஸ்கிரேஸ் சின்ஸ் மார்னிங். நான் ஜுவாலஜி தான் படித்தேன். It is not what you study that is important, it is how you study that is important. Passion oda padi, எப்போதுமே வருத்தப்படாத. You can achieve something in life, definitely you can achieve. எனக்கு கிடைச்ச greatest reward உங்கள் டீச்சர்ஸ் எல்லாம் படித்த புக் இது 10ஆம் கிளாஸில். உங்கள் டீச்சர்ஸ் படித்தாங்களா அந்த காலத்திலேயே, அவங்க படித்தாங்களா, vermitic is a term coined by Sultan Ismail, the one who is standing in front of you. வேறு யாரும் கிடையாது. இப்போ நீங்கள் படிச்சிங்களா 12ஆம் கிளாஸ் புக்கில், 12ஆம் கிளாஸ் புக்கில் படிச்சிங்களா என்னை பற்றி தான் படிச்சிங்க, வேறு யாரும் இல்லை. இதோட பெரிய அச்சீவ்மெண்ட் ஏதாவது இருக்க மாட்டா வாழ்க்கையில். அப்போது ஒரு ஜுவாலஜியை படித்து 2nd கிளாஸில் பாஸ் பண்ணி இன்றைக்கி தமிழ்நாட்டுடைய எஜுகேஷன் பாலிசியே எழுதுகிற அளவுக்கு வளர முடியும்னா உங்களால் முடியாதாடா? ஸோ இன்னிலேருந்து தயவு செய்து டோன்ட் திங்க் தட் யூ ஆர் ஸ்டடிங் a particular subject. Please see to it that you will do something wonderful for this world. This was the first meeting on organic farming. In 83-84, when Bernard, I conducted a workshop and Nammalwar came over there. அப்போலேருந்து நம்ம ஃப்ரெண்ட்ஸ். இதான் எங்களுடைய ஃபஸ்ட் எக்ஸ்டென்ஷன் ப்ரோக்ராம்ஸ். ஃபஸ்ட் ரிப்போர்ட் ஆன் வர்மி கம்போஸ்ட் ஃபார் த கண்ட்ரி ப்ரொசீஜர் கொடுத்தது, வர்மி வாஷ் ப்ரிப்பேர் பண்ணது, ரூஃப் டாப் கார்டனிங் இப்படி கதை பேசுகிறாங்களா அப்போ ஆரம்பித்தது, ரைட்? ஆனால் ஒரே ஒரு கேள்வி மட்டும் கேட்டு முடிச்சிடுறேன். மழை பெய்யுது, அந்த தண்ணி மண்ணுக்கு மேலே விழுது. இந்த தண்ணி யாருக்கு சொந்தம்? மண்ணுக்கு சொந்தம். நீங்கள் உங்கள் வீட்டிலேருந்து ஒரு பானையை கொண்டு போய் வச்சு அதில் தண்ணி பிடிக்கிறீங்க. பானையில் வந்த தண்ணி யாருக்கு சொந்தம்? உனக்கு சொந்தம். அந்த பானை கொடுத்தது நான். இப்போ யாருக்கு சொந்தம்? மனசு வரல. ஸ்லைடில் போட்டாலே மனசு வரலையே. நம்ம விவசாயி, அவருடைய நிலம், அவருடைய உழைப்பு, கார்ப்பரேட் ஃபார்மிங்கிற பேரில் கொஞ்சம் துட்டை கொண்டு வந்து போட்டுட்டு எல்லாமே எனக்கு சொந்தம்னு சொல்கிறாங்க கார்ப்பரேட்டு. நம்ம விவசாயி எப்படி இருப்பார்? சிந்திக்க ஆரம்பிங்க, ரைட்? யா, தட்ஸ் a positive note. So let us leave behind an environment for the children who are going to be born, all for Earth's sake. That's our IVO, but who cares? Anyway, இதுக்கெல்லாம் பயிற்சி கேட்காதீங்கம்மா, இதுக்கெல்லாம் தேவை. Yes, all the best children, good luck to you all. Thank you very much and thanks for the opportunity. All the best Raja, all the best. Thank you.
Sir, we are very fortunate to have you as a part of this conference. Yes, sir, it was truly an extraordinary, a patriotic and thought-provoking talk by you. I would definitely agree that our audience would accept that they had received various insightful facts which they had not received earlier, but which are very much thought-provoking for them right now. Thank you so much, sir.
On behalf of our organizing committee of this international conference, we request our chairperson, Dr. Pon Mariyappan Swami, to brief on the technical session 1.
You all agree, you had a very thought-provoking lectures by Professor Sultan Ismail. Okay, you had to see. I'm able to see in the first time in any invited talk, so much clappings. Okay, but see, you have to go on deep. He has put so many things in your brain. You have to understand what he wants from youngsters, from the youngsters also, from the teachers also, so from the faculty also. So go in deep, take a message, and you try to practice few of the things which you are able to do it. That is a great achievement. That is a great respect you are going to the eminent professors. Okay, with this I thank Professor Sultan Ismail sir for a thoughtful lectures, and we educated no doubtly. I request all the participant to give a big round of applause for his thought-provoking lectures. So this lecture is open for discussion. So this is not a lecture, it's a kind of an awareness he has given to you. So if you have any queries, 1 or 2 queries we can take from him. Anybody wants to have any queries? You can free to ask. Professor Krishnaveni is want to ask something. Your mic, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for an excellent eye-opener, particularly for the young generation. We had been talking about this in classes for a long time. Microplastics are a threat. What is the government's stake? And as a planning commission, I don't know if I can ask this question in a common forum.
You can ask for a common man, anything common. No problem.
Thank you. As a planning commission member, what is the government's take on the control of production and the policies on the release of microplastics in the environment?
The problem is not ecological but economic. We have been bringing it to the notice of the government. The problem is they are being manufactured elsewhere as well, and the products are brought into the state. Certain things we are not able to regulate because of these interstate problems which we face. In fact, even plastic, people say 20 micron, immediately we prepare a 22 micron plastic. So we have been, in the new policy which I am writing on waste management, is strongly recommending the government not to put that sort of a thing, but we have to completely eliminate single-use plastic at the moment. Because at the moment, if I tell you people, don't use plastic, I should be a fool. Because I'm wearing glass frame made of plastic, my buttons are plastic, I'm using a pen which is made of plastic. Certain things at this point of time are not disposable. At this point of time, judicious use of plastic is very important. And all these things multiply because there is a customer demand for it. If we create such awareness, in the குழந்தைங்கிட்ட யாராவது அட்லீஸ்ட் ஒரு 10 குழந்தைங்க வாங்கிட்டு இருந்தாங்க, இன்னிலேருந்து நான் வந்து மைக்ரோ பிளாஸ்டிக் இருக்கிற டூத் பேஸ்ட் வாங்க மாட்டேன், மைக்ரோ பிளாஸ்டிக் இருக்கிற ஷாம்பு வாங்க மாட்டேன், அந்த ஒரு அவேர்னஸ் போய் சேர்ந்ததுன்னா we have achieved something in life. That's the reason we come all the way and talk to children, because children are the best ambassadors. They go home. இப்போ கண்டிப்பாக தெரியும், நெக்ஸ்ட் டைம் வீட்டுக்கு போகும்போது அவங்க அம்மா வந்து கேசரி சமைச்சு வச்சு கலர் போட்டிருந்தாங்க, அம்மா இனிமேல் கலர் போடாதம்மா, கலர் நல்லது இல்லைம்மா அப்படின்னு சொல்லுவாங்க. Incidentally, Sangeeta Hotel's relative was my PhD student. So சொல்லி இப்போ Sangeeta doesn't use color. Right? So it takes time. It takes time. In fact, when I started vermicomposting, your agriculture university said that பைத்தியக்காரன் சொல்கிறான் நம்பாதீங்கன்ட்டு. Today they are teaching it in the syllabus with my book. So like things change. It takes time. It takes time. But we have to put in an effort. So I would appreciate you to encourage students to create some sort of an awareness posters and put everywhere that any product which has microplastics, please avoid, because it is coming into the mother's milk as well today. That's how we can take it further.
Yes, sir. Sir, and to record in this forum, we would like to say that we have started a massive drive on collecting 30 kilograms of plastic per student of PSGCARE before July 31st and giving it to Bisleri for recycling. We have made a tie-up.
This is where I disagree. அவன் உருவாக்குற குப்பையை நான் பொறுக்கிறது, நான் பொறுக்கியா. அதாவது கொச்சின்ல ஃபுட்பால் மேட்ச் நடந்தது. அங்க இருக்கிற மக்கள் ஒரு கண்டிஷன் போட்டாங்க. They put a condition that any soft drink brings and sells it will take back the bottles with him, because with every bottle we are paying money for the recycling, and that's why the polluter pay principle applies. So you will create an awareness that if any Bisleri is being sold inside the campus, they should come and collect the empty bottles and take it back, and we will not take it further. That is the beginning. That is the beginning. I want these students to join together and see to it that the company takes it back, and we will not be doing that job. எனக்கு இந்த பீச்சுக்கு போய் பொறுக்கிறது, ரோட்டை போய் பொறுக்கிறது, எவனோ தூக்கி போடுறதை விட்டுட்டு நாங்கள் போய் பொறுக்கிட்டு இருக்கிறது வந்து சம்பவம் எனக்கு வந்து அது இது வரைக்கும் ஒத்து வரலமா. நான் வந்து I have also been a professor for so many years, guided so many students, so many countries, not just students from US till the Japan. But I always feel that the polluter has to pay for it. The polluter should hold responsible for it. That is what is important for us.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you very much. Due to lack of time, sir, we are. You can, Professor Sultan Ismail, sir, is available. You can ask. We can readily go and discuss with him. Okay. We move to the next speaker.
Thank you, sir. We are glad to invite Dr. C.S. Shobana, Associate Professor of Department of Microbiology, to honor a speaker, Professor Sultan Ahmed Ismail, with a memento.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank
Sir.
you, ma'am, and thank you, sir. A successful team is a group of many hands and one mind. We express our sincere gratitude to the speaker, chairperson.
With
Sorry.
the permission of the chair, I would request the audience to give a standing ovation to Professor Sultan Ismail.
As we move on to the technical session 2, here is a fact that zooplanktons are not only fascinating in their own right, but also crucial for the health and balance of our planet's aquatic environments. With this note, we are glad to invite Dr. Chang Woong-ji, Research Professor, Fishery Science Institute, Shanam National University, Yushu, South Korea, to kindly join this session as a speaker. We heartily invite Dr. Pariyapon Isronet, Assistant Professor and Head, Department of Biotechnology, Thailand, as a chair to the session. We now request Dr. Vijayaraghavan, Associate Professor and Head, Department of Microbiology, SF, to join as a co-chairperson for this session.
We humbly request Dr. Vijayaraghavan, co-chairperson, to kindly introduce the speaker to the delegates.
Good afternoon all. Really I am elated to introduce our guest expert, Dr. Chang Woong-ji, Research Professor, Fisheries Science Institute, Sonnam National University, Korea. Dr. Chang Woong-ji, his research field of interest are freshwater ecology, community analysis, and insect behavior. He was working as an administrator in Crop Production Division, National Academy of Agricultural Sciences, Rural Development between 2014 to 2019. Now he is working as a research professor, Fisheries Science Institute at Korea. His recent publications in peer-reviewed journals are eDNA bar encoding and microscopy in diversity, then ecology of freshwater fish, Korean Journal of Ecology and Environment, Journal of Environmental Research and Public Health, and Journal of Asia Pacific Entomology. He is going to narrate about analysis of zooplankton community diversity via eDNA metabarcoding and microscopy. I hope the diversity knowledge he is going to be delivered, right, that will make us to useful knowledge, right. With this introduction about the second session chief expert, I welcome Dr. Changuji to take over the session. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Now we kindly request our speaker, Dr. Chang, to proceed the session.
First of all, I would like to thank PSG College for inviting me in this conference. And most of all, I am very happy to meet you, all of you. Is there my presentation part? Oh, yeah. I have two different research experience. One is agricultural science, including insect behavior. Another one is freshwater biology, including some next generation sequencing. But that is useful to detect very small living organisms. Okay, please next. That is the first one. When I work the agricultural science, I use the natural enemy for insect pest management. In order to control pests using natural enemy, it is necessary to understand of life cycle of insect. Please next. Please next page. Pest control using natural enemy usually use egg parasitoid wasp. Wasp laid their egg to mouse egg, but this is my main insect pest, Spodoptera litra. This mouse is larva of this mouse ate many kind of crop, especially pepper and bean. But this species covered their egg by the scale. So we cannot use the egg parasitoid. So instead of egg parasitoid, I used larva parasitoid. Please next. Actually, the pest management of mouse is relatively easy than other insect pests, such as aphid, whitefly, and thrips. There is no pest management to larva mouse. The damage will be more critical than any other insect pest. First of spring, June 8th, first of spring damage is not serious. But second of spring, last of July, the second of spring larva ate all leaves. So if there is no pest control, damage will be seriously. Please next. However, the natural enemy also have a disadvantage. It is very difficult to use because especially previous larva egg parasitoid only laid their egg third or fourth instance of larva. So for management of that most is temperature, second is energy gain, in other words, feeding. Temperature effect of two insect development is already reported many times. At low temperature, insect development delayed at the low temperature. But the quantitative research for feeding is extremely rare. Please, next page. Next page, please. Yeah. This is leaf area measuring. Leaf area measuring usually usually measured only 2 times: before eating, after eating, 12 hours only, or 1 day after. So we don't know what happened during eating. So I made a new program for continuous observing the feeding behavior. I measured the leaf area every 1 minute interval during 2 weeks. This is the original image, and the binary image over there is timing, time, minute, and the y-axis is time, leaf area. So please, next page. Yeah. This is a comparison leaf area with the actual leaf area and the measured leaf area. Oh. Oh, there is screen. Is something problem? Please wait a moment.
Yeah, actually, it's just early technique to get you, some more attention from you. Okay, we just have a small break. Thank you. Dr. Chi said that after the talk, he will have a quiz.
Screen.
Dr. Chi, you said that you have 2 topics,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And this one is the first topic. And what about the...
My next topic is eDNA metabarcoding. eDNA is environmental DNA. Environmental DNA is, easily speaking, is in vitro DNA in water, soil, DNA in water and soil. So we can detect a small organism, or we can detect a small organism by using eDNA metabarcoding technique. So that is my next
talk.
presentation.
Okay, so we are looking forward to listening to your talk, both the first and the second one.
Yeah.
And I hope all the participants will also enjoy for your talk.
Yeah.
Dr. Chi is from South Korea. Have you ever been to South Korea? And how about Thailand? No, would you
No.
like to go? Yes. So let's go then. Okay. So we're just waiting for the slide to come, okay? To come up.
Are you hungry? Me too. Okay, after come back screen, I will lunch for you, for your lunch.
Okay, we are back. Are you ready? Yes. Okay,
I
we
will
go
show
now.
you. Anyway, okay, please next page. Next page, please. Yeah, this is feeding behavior of Spudolitra mouse. The meal of mouse sustained 10 minutes, during 10 minutes. And each interval of each meal, usually 1 hour. This kind of pattern repeated 20 or 30 times during one instant period. And the mouse suddenly stopped their feeding over 10 hours. After this long non-feeding phase, the larva started acids, and after finishing acids, the larva immediately first meal of next stage. So this is a long period is useful to measuring not only the feeding amount, also it is helpful to measuring the development period. So please, next page. So this is feeding pattern of larva mouse logically increasing along with the instant development. Please, next page. And we can also acquire the development information. The average development time is also did not differ among the development age, and the average of time of non-feeding phase also did not differ. Oh my God, I don't know. Yes. Next page. So one more broken screen. Next page, please. Next page. Larva body is actually flexible, so there is some variation of increasing of body size, but body is statically increased during feeding phase. But in non-feeding phase, the development must stop. Please, next page. And next page. And I also compare the amount of feeding according to temperature. This is red line indicates 30 Celsius degree, and the black line is indicates 20 Celsius degree. As you see, in low temperature, the amount of feeding is almost the same. But in low temperature, larva development was delayed. Please, next page. Feeding pattern according to temperature. Time of each meal, number of feeding, interval is almost did not differ among the development aging, but according to temperature. And as you see, at the low temperature, development aging is higher than other temperature. And I also treated some insecticide to show the response of chemical insecticide. The recommended dose of this pesticide is 1,000 ppm. And I treated 1,000 ppm, and half of those 500 ppm also treated. The total feeding people die is not same, but the time to die is almost the same. Yep, please, next page. This is a conclusion of the first page. Feeding observation of larva provide information on not only feeding, but also development. Actually, this is lucky. And there is no difference in feeding pattern, time, frequency, development of period of Spudolitra larva. But the amount of feeding consumed increased exponentially according to study. The development of larva accelerates with increasing temperature, at high temperature. Yeah, please, next page. This is my recent work. freshwater biology. Please next page. Our research institute is trying to various model to making food network model to establish the for assessment of for measuring the resource amount. So we gather the input variable from established model. So we so right side is a research area and of our institute. In order to build a food network in the brackish water area of the river estuary, the research area includes the Samjin River in the freshwater area and the outside also. Please next page. For making a food network model, we gather the literature data. 54 species brackish water and brackish fish data was gathered. For marine fish, 102 species data was gathered. And this is network of each freshwater and marine fish of food network model. And this one is food diversity of freshwater fishes. Red indicator is carnivorous fish. Carnivorous fish is food diversity is lower than other fish. And the B, blue B, is insectivore fish. Insectivore fish also food diversity is lower than any other fish. But insectivore fish, the food source is Chironomida. Chironomida is most dominant taxon in freshwater system. So that dominant food source is fish could be eat that dominant food source. They coexistence. Please next page. Problem of literature study is there is some problem of literature study. Traditional stomach research were mainly focused on endangered species or biological resource species. So it is necessary to investigate the food source of fish which are dominant in aquatic system. The stomach contents of fish are fragmented or very small to identify. So we need a new investigation method to identify very small food source. That is environmental DNA metabarcoding. Please next page. eDNA is a genomic DNA complex extracted from many living organisms in the environment and water, soil. And the metabarcoding is taxonomy assignment skill of DNA, DNA in water. So please next page. eDNA skill is utilize various research fields, biotech, chemistry, animal behavior, population genetics, other fields, and the conservation, bioinvasion. Introduced species also could be detected by this eDNA metabarcoding skill. This is a comparing result of a conventional method, previous field research method, and the eDNA method. Traditional sampling has need time and manpower, but eDNA could be detected easily than previous skill. So usually in low figure, as you see, the blue bar is more higher than previous scales. Please next page. Yeah, next page. Next page, please. Oh, this is chironomide. As I mentioned about chironomide is a dominant species of freshwater system. It is very important taxa because freshwater fishes like ate this one very much. So, but this chironomide is very difficult, especially lava, very difficult to identify. So we used eDNA method to classify what species it is. So the blue bar means the actual eDNA of chironomide. Red bar means microscope observation. The eDNA detecting more chironomide than microscope observation. Please, next page. And the zooplankton also is a very difficult organism to classify what species it is. In this case, the eDNA scale is red bar indicate the eDNA. So diversity index in this case here is diversity index of eDNA is much more higher than previous microscope observation. Please next page. And we can also use the to detect stomach contents of fish. As you mentioned about the stomach contents of fish already fragmented, so very difficult to identify. So we can apply the eDNA skill, what fish actually eat. Freshwater minnow and the crucian carps eat usually zooplankton and the phytoplankton. But and this chironomide, stomach contents of chironomide also we analyzed, and Professor Bubar of this college gave us a big contribution to identify the clams food source by using eDNA skill. Please next page. Well, eDNA has a disadvantage too. So most important thing is what primer have to use. Please next page. Next page. Okay. Skip. More. Okay. We compare the all kind of Korean living organism to NCBI database. So usually for eDNA metabacoding, usually we used 12S rRNA, 16S rRNA, 18S rRNA, and CO1. So we compared the list of Korean living species and the NCBI database. So please next page. The phytoplankton. Phytoplankton is registration rate of phytoplankton is high, 18S rRNA. Please next page. Zooplankton also registration high in 18S rRNA than any other eDNA primer. Please next page. And this macroinvertebrate, macroinvertebrate registration rate is high at CO1 and 16S rRNA, and as far as 18S rRNA also high. Please next page. Next page. But fish is different. Fish registration rate of fish is high, 12S rRNA, 16S rRNA, and CO1. But in this case, 18S rRNA registration rate of 18S rRNA is very low. Please, next one. Next one. This is another study. So we have to know the making model the tolerance data of fish. Previous eDNA scale used for what species actual lives in liver. In this result indicate the tolerance of each fish to salinity. The green means freshwater fish, and the blue colors means marine fishes. Please, next page. Next page. And chlorophyll A, TO, we also analyzed the tolerance range of fish to TO and chlorophyll A. Please, next page. And we analyzed the density of chironomida according to water level of lake. Here is something special. The water level, the yellow line indicates the water level. At low water level, the chironomid density is high instead of high water level. Please, next page. And this is a comparing result of open liver system and closed liver system. In Korea, half of rivers has these estuary dams. So we compared the aquatic community of open river and closed river. And the upper one is the salinity of each sampling site, and this is relative frequency of aquatic community. Red indicator of polychaeta. Polychaeta will be disappeared in closed river community system. Please, next page. And we measured each biomass of a living organism. And the next page. We measured the heavy metal biota sediment accumulation factor for macroinvertebrate. That A indicator of chironomida. Chironomida is accumulated more heavy metal than any other aquatic creature. Please, next page. This is the last page. Okay. Oh, previous. Yeah, previous. Okay. Yeah. So we measured this input variable to making food web model. Food web model could be utilized to the actual biomass of a resource species. And this is our result. So please, next page. So food web models are widely used to predict marine resource, and eDNA with NGS could be useful for detecting small organisms which are difficult to identify. And there is some suitable eDNA primer for zooplankton, and the phytoplankton is 18S rRNA is suitable. For macroinvertebrate, CO1 is suitable. For fish, is 12S, 16S rRNA primer is suitable. Yeah. This is my last page. Thank you.
We thank Dr. Chang for sparing his valuable time on emphasizing eco-friendly practices and the necessity of natural enemy for safe agricultural food production. And indeed, it was a very nice session with, by sharing his research expertise and for introducing eDNA barcoding strategies and food web models to predict marine organisms and marine systems. Thank you, sir.
Now, we request the chairperson, Dr. Pariappan, to summarize the technical session 2.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Dr. Chi, for a very informative and interesting talk. As we know that we use DNA, is it, to detect just almost everything, right? Even for now, to detect for the contamination of anything in the environment, in food, or in other samples. I just wonder if you have any questions from the floor to ask Dr. Chi, or any comment, please. Perhaps you are hungry, right? Yes, again. Okay. Any question, please, sir? Yes.
I just have one question. Before that, thank you very much for the wonderful presentation with so much of DNA, barcoding, NGS, and all that you have done, most modern technology. I would like to ask you, how is this 18S rRNA is promising?
18S rRNA, what?
How much it is promising? Yeah, how much it is promising as a direct, yeah, promising, the value of it.
I'm not sure. I did not.
You can use the mic. Yeah.
Yeah,
fine.
microphone.
Thank you. Okay, thank you.
Any more question, please? If you don't have any questions, I just have 2 questions myself. I wonder, is this technique expensive in comparison with the conventional method? And the other question is, can we prepare eDNA by ourselves, or we have to buy it? Thank you.
The actual cost is a little expensive than conventional method, the eDNA-SCARE. But the SCARE as a development, the cost will be decreased. And cost will be decreased maybe, sure. And another question, second one is what is?
Yeah, the first question is this technique expensive, more expensive, I mean, in comparison with the conventional technique that we use? And if we can also prepare for the eDNA metabarcoding by ourselves, or we have to buy it? I mean, in terms of practical, to do research.
The zooplankton and the phytoplankton is identified as zooplankton and the phytoplankton by microscope observation is very difficult. For expert to classify need more than 20 years. But eDNA-SCARE is easier than previous method and the short time, but a little expensive.
Yes.
So we can use the eDNA, very small organism, and a very organism which one is very difficult to identify.
Yeah, and how about the accuracy? Is it have very high accurate? I mean, for the accuracy.
Accurate. Accurate is different. What primer we use. So 18S primer is the universal primer. That primer is accuracy is not high, but there is some special primer for each taxon. That primer is accuracy is high. So important thing, what primer we have to use is important.
Yes, so that means if you would like to get the very accurate data, you have to make sure that you use the primer to cover all the things that you would like to detect. And for that, it means you have to decide which primer you are going to use in that environment. For that means we have to study previously for what you are looking for. In my opinion, I think sometimes it's quite difficult, isn't it, to choose the right primer? Is it?
Yeah. There is many design to primer, many method design to primer, but I don't know exactly about that. So very special primer to phytoplankton, especially diatom, or 12S primer widely used to detecting the fish. And although even the several primer in 12S, 16S primer. There are many kinds of primer to detect organisms, so we have to choose what species to detect.
Okay, thank you very much for your talk again. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me in thanking to Dr. Chi again. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Chang Ji. We request Dr. Pariyapun and Dr. Poonam Ma'am, Department of Microbiology, to honor the speaker with memento on behalf of organizing committee.
We express our heartfelt thanks to the speaker, chairperson and the co-chairperson for engaging in the technical session too.
With the end of this forenoon session, it's time for all of us to munchin and luncheon. We request all the students to proceed for lunch at backside of the auditorium, and we request the faculty members to lunch in library quadrangle behind Podigai Hall.
All the poster presenters scheduled for session 2 to 4 p.m. are expected to be in their respective venue immediately after your lunch, because the session will commence immediately after lunch. Please be on your spot at your respective venue immediately after your lunch. Other presenters and other participants may join back this auditorium for technical session 3 by 2:15 p.m.